Alrighty, gamers. Tech issues aside, I can't figure it out. My bit rate is going all over the place, and I lowered it too. I think my internet's just not playing nice tonight. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try. It's not. We're gonna try and play for a little bit. If the frame drops keep happening, because it's actually a lot more significant than it has been. I don't know. I'm almost tempted to not really play Dark Souls at this point, considering that this stream, especially considering this series of streams, is kind of important to me. So seeing the constant fluctuation of my bit rate is just kind of really bugging me slightly. I think my internet's just not playing nice tonight. I don't know why. But yeah, we're gonna go. Like I'm watching it, and hopefully the archived version will be better, if anything, if the live version ends up being shit. But how's it going, gamers? Daybreaker Rein here, coming at you through Videoscope. I know it has been quite a while since I streamed last. I've really been trying to convince myself and prepare myself. Like, I really want to get a set streaming schedule down. It's really just been, I've been all over the place with my motivation and just my mentality, my mindset, and everything like that. But hopefully this goes over well. Lowered bitrate. We'll just hope and pray that's what fixes it. So, anyways, let's get into this, because I want to play. Like, I've been wanting to play Dark Souls 2 again for a while. I've been having that itch, and I wanted to stream. I've been really wanting to stream. I was going to stream last night, but ended up going to bed early. And I was too stressed out to stream last night anyway, so it's probably better that I didn't do that. But yeah, we're just going to we're gonna go. We're gonna go forward. We're gonna keep going. We're just gonna power through this and play for maybe a little bit less time than I like to. It's really upsetting that my internet's not playing nice. I usually don't have any issues streaming at the default 6,000 kilobyte bitrate. I updated my graphics drivers thinking that might have had something to do with it. I know that that's kind of a stretch, because I'm not playing this via the PC. I'm playing this through my Elgato, through my PS4. So I know that was a little bit of a far-fetched idea, if anything, to assume that my my graphics card needing an update had anything to do with it. But, you know, better safe than sorry. With that update being pinged, it could have very well been affecting my internet connection. So, we'll just wait and see, I suppose. But yeah, we were at Brightstone Cove last. We're working our way to fighting the big giant spider. Yeah, the last thing I did was I went ahead and got this bonfire open. So that's gonna make things a little bit easier going forward. Okay. Oh jeez. Okay, that's a lot better. Damn, I was hoping that I'd freaking no-scope that bitch. Oh, man. Oh, my attunement shit, isn't it? Yeah, my attunement's not that great. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, I think things are fine. It's still saying I'm having frame drop, but I think my internet's just not playing nice tonight, so I think that's the big reason. Not sure why, but yeah, that's how things do, I suppose. Fucking hell, that thing's gonna freaking kill me. Damn spiders. Okay. Okay. I freaking not one of my favorite areas to be around. Who the hell's that? Is that? I think that's Bashful Ray. Yes? Yeah, I remembered. I remembered who that was. I almost for a minute thought that was actually a player. I was like, really now? Why would a player put their sign there? Rule number 1 of Dark Souls, if I can speak right. Rule number 1 of Dark Souls, always have a bow. Makes the world go around. I ended up getting the engraved gauntlets, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, we're gonna ignore all that crap. And we're just gonna keep going forward. Okay. Actually, oh. There's a spider following me. Not anymore. Ooh, fuck. Oh, I'm making a remix on there. Whack! Whack! Don't whack me, please, because those freaking things hurt. Thank you. What'd you drop? Oh. Oh. Well, thank you. I didn't know those guys dropped flame butterflies. That's really weird. I remember this area used to be freaking awful in vanilla. They changed it though, so that's a good thing. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pop a life gem. Get healed up. Well, my frame drops are not nearly as significant as they were, so hopefully the stream is coming in okay. If you guys can hear the sound okay, please definitely let me know. If there are any issues on your guys' end, definitely let me know so I can see if I can get them sorted. If my mic's not coming through okay, or if it sounds crackly at all, because I know I've been having issues with my microphone recently, so that's a oh god, I fucking hate this area. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, by the way, Groove Crusaders. Oh, no, they still come down anyway. Oh, well. I was kind of hoping maybe I could pick them off. Oh, I'm out of stamina. I'm not paying attention to my freaking stamina. And thank you for the poison arrows. I don't really need them, but yeah, frame drop is definitely down. Internet was not playing nice at 6,000 bit rate. Oh, that's right. Yeah, freaking keys. You have to get the key at the bottom of the pit, and then you have to come back. Blech. I don't want to come back. That's Manhunter O'Hara. Okay, I think there's a Black Phantom behind this one now, if I remember right. Yes, there is. That's where the Black Phantom worker is. Hello. Oh, yeah, I don't. Ow! Yeah, screw you and your frickin' pickaxe, man. Yeah, screw that. Yeah, just for homeward bones. Don't really need those. Whack! Ooh, thank you. Not that I overly need those, but thank you. Thank you nonetheless. Much appreciated. Oh! Well, I need to go get Manhunter O'Hara, actually, now that I think about it. I meant to go summon her. But, yeah, I need to freaking equip... I need to equip Flame Butterflies. I need my torch for this area. Keeps the spoders away. They freak out when you have your torch out. Summon Manhunter. She shouldn't be too far behind, so we'll go ahead. Bah! Okay, I'm not gonna have my shield out, so I'm gonna lose my stamina buff. Or no, actually, I think my stamina buff is still. I think that actually my stamina regen buff is actually still active. That's neat. Okay, yeah, let's hope she doesn't do something stupid and end up, like, falling down the wrong pit or something. Okay. Yeah, this area. This area is something else. I always found it weird that you do less damage to the ones in this area. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's got exploding arrows. I forgot about that. Yeah, she's a good summon to have in this area. Okay, I can't remember. I know there's more items. I'm just trying to remember. Well, and I'm not able to two-hand because I have my frickin' torch out. I could have sworn that there was another set of items somewhere. I feel like there's an item over in that area. But I don't remember how to get to it. Oh. Is it like this? Yeah, that's how it is. There we go. Is there an item over here? I thought there was. No, there is not. I lied. There's not an item there. Oh, no. It's... Well, you can't get to any of the other... You can't get to either of the other platforms. Okay, so maybe I did get all the items. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Oh man, I should not have landed there. Oof. Okay, so the spiders run away from you if you've got the torch, so you won't necessarily have to worry about them freaking attack. I will summon him in a bit. The guys with the torches, though, don't run away from you. Now it looks like Manhunter O'Hara's having a field day. As long as she don't freaking get killed. Yep. Ooh, whack. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Manhunter. Items. I know there's more. Where are they? I think... Okay, there's the one up there. Oh, okay. Crosiverin. Radiant Life Gem? Okay. Drop down. Oh, I don't think that one will drop down because of the frickin' me having the torch. Is there an item up here? Yeah, but there's not an item on either end, I don't think. Yeah, no. No, yeah, there's no more items. I think I got everything. No, it's just spiders just randomly like to spawn. I've never understood, like, you kill all of them and then there's, like, still more, and you're like, where are they coming from? God only knows. Okay, I think it's safe that we can enter the boss room now. I'm gonna pop another life gem just so I'm at full health. I'm gonna actually get that off my inventory so I can move through my items faster. We're gonna summon Ashen Knight Boyd. Ashen Knight's a really good, really good character too. Okay, and we can get rid of the torch. We don't need that right now. Alright, let's do it. Let's beat up a fucking spider. Unless I got pinged on Discord. Oh. I haven't let any of the other cutscenes play. I've skipped all of them because I had another playthrough with this cutscenes, but yeah, why not? Hello. Okay, we need to back up and take care of the little ones first, because they will mess your day up. Okay, they got it. Oh. Yeah, I kind of walked into that. Ow. Yeah, at least I didn't get hit with the corrosive. Oh! 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 Oh, that was an oof. That was an oof. She just straight up was just like, no, we ain't having none of that. We're freaking just gonna jab you with my tendril. Ah, she doesn't know what she wants to do. Ooh. Damn it. Oh wait, my talisman's on my other. Yeah, I don't have any of the cool, fun miracle spells to work with other than Heavenly Thunder at the moment. I'm actually really... I'm probably going to jinx it by saying it. She hasn't done her laser beam attack, and that's really odd. Because that's usually like one of the first things she pops in her repertoire of attacks. Oh, cool! We did it without having to worry about the head coming off, because one of her heads can fly off and then you have to attack the other one. Whack! Be gone, Spoder. still can't equip that without being under 50%. Hello. Hello, my friend. Whack! Oh, I didn't backstab him like I usually do. I didn't realize what sword he had. I think that's like an S-stock. Brightstone key, fragrant branch of yore, and the quartz ring. Yeah, that's right. How many fragrant branches do I have now? Just the one? Oh, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a minute before I can go back to the Shaded Woods and get all the stuff I missed. But here we go. Say hello to Aldia. Boom! Hey, what's going on, Andre? How have you been, man? Hello, big flame man. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Not much, man. Not much. Finally felt up to streaming for once in a while. I was gonna stream last night, but I was way too dang stressed out. Oh, dude, I'm hyped. Like, damn, that trailer freaking won me. Like, cause I was, you know, a lot of people joke about like the Code Vein thing. I was kind of in the same realm with the Final Fantasy VII remake. I was very skeptical of its validity. You know, I was skeptical that it might have just been silently pushed under the rug, or that it was in development to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Which, that was like that was what some people thought, was just like, oh my god, they're gonna lock it behind the next generation of consoles. It wouldn't surprise me if they did that, but yeah, I'm really excited. Hopefully, we see something decent about it at E3. I'm really looking forward to at least some more news about it, something definitive. Maybe not a release date. I don't expect a release date. I definitely don't expect it to come out this year. I would be surprised if they push it for like a winter 2019 release. I'd be surprised. I could see it's probably sometime roughly maybe the middle of next year. I could see it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting either way, because it's just like they've kept it so quiet. Like, that's the only thing that I think really stands out to me more than anything, is just how quiet they've been about the project. Like, they just haven't had a lot. But the same could be said about Nintendo. Nintendo has been very, very hush-hush about Metroid Prime 4. And so it's just kind of like, it's kind of this weird era we're in at the moment where, like, we just don't know, like, what's around the corner anymore. Why do I have 2 Apate Spear? Oh, you know what? Because I think because he died, and yeah, that's why I have 2. Because I think because he gives you 1. That's why I have 2. They had to restart development due to CC2 leaving. Yeah, it's just, you know, I get so worried about games that kind of go through that whole development hell process. Like, it's always super concerning, because it's like they have these really ambitious projects, and then somehow, some way, like a company drops out or it gets swept under the rug. I know a lot of people aren't really necessarily excited for Code Vein, but, you know, Code Vein having a network test, I'm glad something fucking came out about Code Vein. It's crazy we live in a time period where RE2 Remake exists, Crash came back from the grave, Shenmue is getting a 3rd game in August, DMC5 actually came out. Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of good things come, like, the Medieval trailer, like, holy crap, like, I'm super happy about that too. Like, just geez, did they win me over on that? Because again, they had already tried to reboot the franchise once before with Medieval Resurrection on the PSP, and they completely changed the character and the story. of Sir Daniel Fortescue, and so I was super worried that they were going to try that again, but they actually went back to the original story from the original PS1 games, and so that really makes me happy that he's just a pissed off undead, more or less. He's like, I died almost immediately in the first charge. Yeah, it's great that got put to rest, because that was my biggest concern for that game going forward, was just what direction are they going to go with. Are they going to try to reincorporate the elements from the PSP remake, or are they going to go back to the original PS1 game? And they went back to the original PS1 game because they probably learned their lesson that the PSP game didn't sell well. And I definitely tried to like that game because, like, I was a big advocate for the PSP. Like, not to say that, it's kind of like how they could do it for, say, Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper, like, the unfortunate thing about that is, like, I know Thieves in Time did really well. Like, a lot of fans were really happy with Thieves in Time, but, like, it's just, then there was the whole movie announcement, and that's dead in the water. Like, I think the development studio who was working on that movie is, like, no longer involved, or they went under, or some crazy crap. Like, it's just, it's gonna become so convoluted. And I rewatched that trailer, and, you know, I was kind of excited for that movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I thought CG animated movies were kind of the way to go, but if I remember correctly, the same company who was working on the Sly movie were the ones who did the Ratchet and Clank movie, and I think the Ratchet and Clank movie just did not captivate people. Like, I heard it was really bad, and that kind of made me sad. Like, I was like, how do you ruin Ratchet and Clank? Like, so, yeah, like, I would love to see, maybe not necessarily a complete, like, from the ground up HD overhaul of Sly, but, you know, maybe even just a rebooting of the franchise. Like, because I haven't played Thieves in Time. Like, it's been on my shelf for freaking ever. I've played, like, a little bit. Like, I played, like, the intro. So I know some of the story, but I didn't really play too much into it. So, like, I just kind of want to see, I need to play it and I need to beat it so I know going forward where they were at storyline wise, so that way I can make a definitive assessment if it's like, okay, this needs like a soft reboot, this needs a new game, fleshing more stuff out, you know, something to that extent. But at the same time, I really don't want something like Sly falling victim to what Star Fox has fallen victim to. Star Fox so far has had 3 reboots. Well, 2. Because I actually had an idea where they did a remake reboot of the first game, but incorporated aspects from 2 and 3. Yeah, that would be super nice, because while the first Sly game, I think is fantastic in its own right, like, it's definitely not a game that has suffered the fate of its age. Like, I played back through it with the Vita version, and I was like right back at home. I was just like, man, this game is just really good. There's some quirky things, of course, that are, like, obviously staples of the, like, what they were trying to incorporate, like trying to make it sort of like a Jack and Daxter, you know, platformer sort of thing. So, like, you don't have a health gauge and things like that. You know, so definitely, I could definitely see that. I think that actually would be probably the best thing, is if they were to remake the first game, incorporate elements from the other 2 entries, especially things like the health bar, maybe optional playable characters, like maybe the segments where Sly has to defend Murray can actually be like Murray actually, you know, being playable. And things like that. Even Bentley was playable in 2 and 3, so I mean, it's definitely not not outside the realm of possibility that they could do something like that. But yeah, I really don't want series like that falling victim to the Star Fox. Like, Star Fox has suffered greatly because of that. Like, the original Super Nintendo game came out, had its own canon, had a whole comic railed around it, and and then there was of course the elusive sequel that was never released because the N64 came out and they just rebooted the franchise from Star Fox 64. So similar enough story, but they did change elements of it. Like there's a lot of stuff that they changed, like the fact that James is actually dead as opposed to being trapped in a black hole, like how he was in the comic. And so there's just little things like that. Like, and then of course we went, Star Fox 64, Star Fox Adventures, which was not even a Star Fox game when it originally was conceived. Star Fox Assault was a step in the right direction because it went back to the basics. A lot of people felt that it was too short though, but I did really like what Star Fox Assault did. And then we got Star Fox Command, which tried to sort of emulate what Star Fox 2 was. The Super Nintendo one, and it's just like a lot of people were really upset that they tried to emulate that style. And personally, I didn't really care for the redesign choice, like the art aesthetic. Like I didn't really get behind that. And so after Star Fox Command and its freaking 9 different endings that they could have chosen to go forward with, it's like, where do you go from there? And so with Star Fox Zero, it was like, oh, Star Fox Zero is another reboot. Like, it's literally rehashing the same story that we all know and love from Star Fox 64, just in a new modern twist. And then they added the whole, like, the thing where the R-Wing could change into, like, a gyrocopter and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it's just like, and then Star Fox Zero didn't even do that well, from what I heard. Like, a lot of people were really upset that, like, they stuck that game behind gyro controls. So, yeah, it's just like, I just don't want that. I don't want to see that for the Star Fox franchise at all. Or, well, for the Sly franchise, yeah, sorry. Blech. I'll admit that when Adventures came out, I didn't think it was as bad as a lot of people think it is now. Going back, however, I know that, and knowing the knowledge that the game was originally not even meant to be a Star Fox game, like, I think that's where a lot of my grievances stem from. Like, where a lot of that, at first, where I thought the game wasn't so horrible, I'm like, but this game shouldn't even exist in the Star Fox franchise. They just slapped Star Fox on it so they could sell an already pre-established idea. Which is stupid, because it is kind of the same thing like how I sort of felt bad for the character of Silver in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, because on Sonic's Ultimate Genesis collection, there's an interview with Sonic's creator who originally said that Silver was supposed to be his own spin-off character. Like, he wasn't supposed to be in a story centered around Sonic. It was just supposed to be set in the same universe, but he was supposed to be his own character in his own franchise. And so it's kind of that what-if scenario. Like, if we had gotten that, would Silver's game had actually been, like, because a lot of people hold Sonic 06 as, like, the pinnacle of, like, the worst Sonic game ever. So it's like, if Silver had just started in his own game, would that actually have been a better game, than what we ended up getting? And so it's kind of that same thing. Like, if they had just done Dinosaur Planet like what they originally planned, the N64 game, and just translated it over to the GameCube, would it have been successful without the need of including the Star Fox cast into it? Because it's actually kind of messed up, considering the entire game of Dinosaur Planet originally revolved around Crystal, and you only get to play as Crystal in the first little bit of Star Fox Adventures, and then Fox takes over. So it's kind of like, they kind of zapped her of her own game, and I think it would have actually been a lot better had she just had her own game to run around and do all the stupid crap and Dinosaur and Star Fox Adventures with. I just remember, I want to say that the McDonald's here had, because they used to have N64s, like, in this, like, little display area, and then I think they had GameCubes for a bit, and I want to say that that's where I first played Star Fox Adventures. Silver had a good concept, just thrown into a mediocre reboot of a game that failed. Yeah, exactly. So, and that's kind of like the sad tragedy of his character, you know. Again, it's kind of like one of those what ifs that he actually had his own game. Would it have been better than what we ended up getting, or would it have kind of fallen under the same branch that since it's not Sonic, it just like kind of gets glossed under the rug, you know? You know, because like surprisingly enough, you know, Knuckles technically has his own game. Like when you think about like Sonic and Knuckles, you could play, or you could do the whole cartridge thing with like the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge and play, you know, Sonic 2 and 3 or something as Knuckles. And so it's kind of like, you know, Knuckles kind of became his, you know, a beloved character and everything like that. So I think nobody would be opposed to the idea of his own game, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, why not give characters, you know, another chance to maybe shine and have their own take on a game. You know what's even funnier? He actually had more to do with the story than Sonic did, even though it's a celebration of Sonic. Yeah, that is quite the truth when it comes to that. Interesting thing too. Yeah, it's just, you know, and I know Sonic 06 didn't really do like what Sonic Adventure did. Like Sonic Adventure 2, I still kind of have fond memories of, just because of the diversity of the characters and the way that the game was played when you played as specific characters. So it's like Rouge and Knuckles, of course, had the whole treasure hunting aspect. You know, Sonic and Shadow was just about being fast and try to get through the level and collect as many rings. And then it's like, you know, you got Tails and Eggman who are in fucking mechs running around shooting shit. And it's just like there's so much there that they could have expanded upon in future titles. Like I know a lot of people do say Sonic Heroes isn't half bad. I couldn't get behind it for some weird reason. Like I tried it and I didn't really care for it like some people do. But I was never really like a super fan of Sonic to begin with. Like I was always just like, it's not that his games were ever bad in my opinion. It's just kind of like, you know, it was never really my thing, so I never really paid it too much mind, you know. I don't know why I haven't upgraded that shield. How is my +5, +8? Yeah, Vergrain armor. I need to freaking level up more. Yeah, like I grew more, like, because the only Sega system I had when I was a kid was a Sega Saturn. I never had a Sega Genesis until much later in life. I had a Super Nintendo, but I don't really remember, like, I remember certain games on the Super Nintendo, but I really grew up with, like, the N64 and the Sega Saturn. So Sega Saturn didn't really have a Sonic title that I was ever into. Like, I didn't even know about, like, Sonic R and Sonic the Fighters until much later in life. I was too busy with like games like Panzer Dragoon. Like I was captivated by games like that on the Saturn, and just I was hell-bent on playing N64. Like I loved the N64. I loved it being such a convenience to just have a game and being able to play 4 players right off the bat. Like if they had their own controllers, everybody in my neighborhood had an N64, you know. It just kind of made it the pinnacle system, you know, for me growing up. And then it was just kind of like when we got into like the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox era, you know, I was starting to kind of push my way to like the Sony brand. I was getting away from like Nintendo, and for a time, you know, I admit I was a Sony fanboy. I was very, very adamant to attempt to play like something like the Xbox or the GameCube, and so I was all about the PS2, while like everybody at my school had an Xbox, and everybody was talking about Halo and Fable, you know, and it was just kind of like, you know, I didn't know what any of these things were, and people were talking about Morrowind and all these games that came out exclusively on the Xbox, and I was like, what is all this shit? I'll wait for the PS2 release, you know. But then, you know, when I started getting into retro gaming and I started going back and playing older systems, it's like, and I had my own original Xbox, I was like, God damn, I missed so many good games. You know, kind of the same thing with the GameCube too. Although I did have a GameCube, like I just didn't play it nearly as heavily as I did my PS2. I would say Jack, but Jack 2 aged like milk. Most of the missions in 2 are just either badly designed or monotonous. It's been a minute since I've played Jack 2. When The Lost Frontier got announced, I was completely like I was like determined to play through the entire Jack library. Like I wanted to play Jack 1, 2, and 3 and Jack X, which I did, and I played through all of them. I don't think I did everything that was available in Jack 2 and Jack 3. I mainly just focused on the storyline to try to get to the end, and then I went and played Jack X. And I was so happy like how Jack X actually tied into the end of 3. And it still continued the story even though it was a completely different game. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, where could they go with Lost Frontier? Like, they've got to do some, like, really cool, awesome shit. And then they completely didn't do that cool, awesome shit. Lost Frontier was really bad, in my opinion. It was an insane letdown for what I pictured in my head as being, like, this just great sequel, you know? I wanted it to be so much more than it was. And I think the big kick in the teeth is that, like, I only played, like, maybe 50% of what the game had to offer because I didn't do any of the side quests or the side missions or anything like that because I figured that it was going to be sort of like Jack 2 and 3 where you could go back and do all the stuff that you missed. But once you get to a certain point, in Jack the Lost Frontier, you can't go back. You're stuck. You're stuck in the final battle, and so you have to play through the final battle and then either start new game plus. And so I was like, I would literally have to replay through the entire game to see all the content I missed. And that to me was like really the motivation killer to even give it another shot. Like, it really upset me because one thing too is especially I forget the female character's name that Jack ends up getting with. It's like they teased that relationship for so long. They had 4 games that established this relationship with Jack, and then they just kind of like took the piss out of it in Lost Frontier. It was like all that build and all that everything didn't really mean shit because this new hot guy comes in and she's like all over him, and I'm just like, that kind of defeats everything that freaking series led to when it came to that. So it was just like, why would you take one of the things that until the very end of Jack X, like, yeah, exactly, like that series built to that. They teased that. And think about it too, because I played all the games when they were already all out. Imagine playing those when they were coming out. Like, yeah, and yeah, I agree that Jack's story is by no means like the perfect blend of everything. I really don't. There's never been a game that has really sat there and definitively ever gotten that badge of approval from me. Where I think the story, where the story was like just so absolutely like there wasn't any questions left to be unanswered. Like, I'm a big freaking fan of Soul Sacrifice and Soul Sacrifice Delta, and I love the story of that game to pieces, but it's not perfect. Like, there are still like some open-ended things that can be interpreted in different ways. So it's just kind of like, you know, I won't sit there and say that it actually has like the most definitive perfect story. But yeah, again, it's been a minute since like 3 was interesting for me. I didn't feel it was a bad game by any means. It just felt like kind of different in a way. Like, I don't know, there was something about it where I was just like, I don't really know. But yeah, the ending was kind of like, it was kind of weird how like it all came about, like, was the thing. But yeah, I could definitely say that Jack X didn't necessarily have to happen. But I'm glad that it did, and I'm glad that it continued the story. And honestly, I thought that that was more than a good enough place to freaking pick up from the last game. Like, the fact that Lost Frontier doesn't even really mention Haven City or anything like that, like, there's no mention to the other characters. Like, you establish all these freaking awesome characters, and there's not even the slightest bit of dialogue in Lost Frontier that points to them. It's just like, you know, Jack and his lady and Daxter are out and about traveling the world, and you're just like, why? When did they decide? Why couldn't we have gotten a flashback that shows them leaving Haven City to go find the eco at the end of the world and everything like that? Like, yeah, there's just... And I know that it wasn't Naughty Dog who did Lost Frontier, but it was definitely not... it was definitely not the best choice of who they could have gotten to freaking do that game for them. Yeah, like, it's just, there's just stupid crap, and it's just like, why would you admit, like, it almost feels like Lost Frontier was like some person's, like, you know, Jack and Daxter fan fiction almost. You know, like, they wrote up a fan fiction, were like, oh, this would be so awesome if it was a game, and they made it a game. You know, with Naughty Dog's permission, and I think Naughty Dog really regretted that choice by the end, because Jack's been dead in the water since that game came out. Oh, we'll make references to him. We'll remaster the original trilogy. You know, we'll put Jack X on the PS4 network and everything like that. You know, so it's just like I think Naughty Dog knows that that game was not well received, so...
This castle, but nonetheless, to bring an end.
Yeah. Emerald Herald. But yeah, I wish... I wish Jack 4 would happen. I mean, technically, Jack X is kind of, because canonically it does happen directly after Jack 3, so you could kind of wing it and say that that's Jack 4, and I'm perfectly fine counting that as Jack 4. Like, Jack X is not a bad game by any means. You know, it may be a formula that's been tried and true, you know, that's been done a million times before in other genres, like Twisted Metal comes to mind, but it's by no means a bad game, you know, and I'd sooner replay Jack X than ever freaking play Lost Frontier again. Well, I'm kind of wondering, like, Sony is, like, doing this weird thing with, like, it just kind of is crazy to think about, like, the weird sort of, like, resurgence that they have. They're, like, revising all these, you know, revising all these IPs. You know, they're remaking all these old games and doing fantastic jobs at them. You know, the Crash trilogy, the Spyro trilogy, and now Medieval. So it kind of makes you wonder if, like, they're going to start slowly but surely hitting some of the classics that came from them, you know, with Naughty Dog's approval, obviously, and see if they actually maybe remake the Jack franchise. It'd be interesting to see. I'm not saying that it needs to happen. I don't think it needs to. A soft reboot, if anything. Or definitely some sort of, like, prequel story or something like that to a potential sequel like a Jack 4. So yeah, it's just like, it's sad too, because, you know, I would love nothing more than to see some of these franchises come back and just imagine the scale that some of these games could be, given the newer hardware of the systems and everything of the modern era. I mean, hell, like, frickin' Shadow of the Colossus got me to frickin' replay it, so... They must be doing something right. Yeah, oh yeah, like, I would be hyped, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it would be really awesome to see, as much as this is unlikely. I'm really curious what, like, 'cause Sucker Punch, like, hasn't really done anything since Infamous Second Son. And so I'm kind of wondering, like, what's going on over there. Like, they have these IPs that they just haven't done anything with. Like, there hasn't been a new Infamous game. Well, I take that back. Infamous First Light, which I actually heard, like, oddly enough, I think I remember hearing that Infamous First Light was deemed better than Infamous Second Son. But I think it was mainly because it didn't have a lot of, like, the weird, oh, we have to change your powers constantly thing that that Infamous Second Son had. A game which I still have not played. I own it, but I still haven't played it. I've been meaning to. It's just my backlog is freaking insane, and it's never going to get any better. New games keep coming out. I keep adding games to my library. It's just like, pff, I keep playing the same games that I've played a million times. It's like, my backlog is never going to get any better. Especially in these next coming months, man. Yes, I did. I actually heard that a lot of people, even with the announcement of the overhaul, that a lot of the backers were really upset. Judgment I have to wait on, unfortunately. And I'm kind of pissed off because they haven't announced like a physical version of Sam Show yet. And so I'm kind of wondering if we're not getting a physical version, if we're just going to end up getting a digital only, which would really, really suck. But no place is offering, other than PlayAsia, but I think for the Japanese version, they're offering physical copies. Yeah, like Amazon doesn't have it, GameStop doesn't have it. I've checked constantly on Amazon because that's where I do all my pre-ordering. So yeah, I've been keeping up on it, and yeah, it's freaking crazy. It's supposed to come out literally like right around the bend, and freaking yeah, they don't.
Welcome. Our guests are treated with honor. Tell me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really bummed if that ends up being the case. Like, I really don't want it ended up being the case, but there's just this freaking pit in my stomach that I'm just like, man, I can't freaking find it on Amazon, and GameStop's not offering it yet. So it's like, is this game even freaking coming out physically here? Like, yeah, it sucks, because like I want a physical freaking Sam Show. I was gonna pre-order it in favor of freaking that instead of Judgment, because I wasn't gonna really be able to afford both. So I was like, yeah, it's really sad to see that like they haven't really come out and definitively said what's going on with that at the moment. It would certainly be nice so I know ahead of time. Because I really want to get down on Sam Show. Like, I was super excited about the announcement. Like, it just blew my mind, and it looks really, really good. And I've really wanted to get back into playing fighters, so yeah, I forgot they. But yeah, it's like this month I've got 2 Switch games coming out. Next month, it's freaking same deal. It's like Sam Show comes out next month. Mario Maker 2 comes out next month. What else comes out next? Bloodstained, of course, comes out next month. I forget. I think there's another game that comes out next month, and I'm just like, CTR, of course. I forgot that CTR is coming out next month too, and that I'm getting 2 versions of. I'm getting the Switch and the PS4 version because I'm a freaking madman. But no, in actuality, I'm doing it because some of my friends are getting it on the Switch just for the portability aspect, and then I know that a lot of the IAS guys are getting it on PS4, so I want to be able to play it with them too. So I don't want to like just like cut myself out from being able to play with certain people. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting it on both versions. I'm gonna be getting both versions. And this is probably the only time I will ever do that. RE2 and Judgment is all I need to get. Yeah. I've had RE2 since launch, and I still haven't freaking... I played, like, maybe the first hour of it. Yeah, definitely. I know that a lot of people in the Discord are really excited for it. I am, too. Like, it's looking up to be a fantastic game. Like, it looks like it's not going to take too many liberties and completely, like, trash on the original game at all. So, yeah, I'm excited. It definitely looks like it's shaping up to be something special because, like, holy crap, was I... Oh, no, that's the right place. Never mind. But yeah, no, I get it. I get waiting. Yeah, that's understandable. I should do that, but... because I have a... excuse me, at the beginning of June, I actually have a trip with two of my friends that I'm taking out of town for the day. We're gonna go retro shopping, which is gonna be freaking awesome. Well, it's kind of I say retro, but we're gonna kind of go all shopping. We're just gonna go like on this freaking game store binge. Like 3 hours from where I live is one of the biggest cities in my state, and we're gonna go up because there's some really awesome stores up there. There's a this comic book shop that we like to go to because they not only deal in comic books, but they sell anime and manga as well. So that's going to be super cool. They usually have a good selection of anime, and their prices are good. They also sell a lot of like figures and statues, and they even sell retro figures, which is really cool. Like they have like old GI Joes and stuff. Pretty dope. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna hit up like all these freaking different game stores. We're gonna hit up a game store that none of I've never been to. Didn't even know it existed. We're going to hit up this old place. It's called Comics Warehouse that I went to when I was a kid, and I ended up picking up a DVD that I was looking for an anime. And we're going to go there, and yeah, it's just going to be this crazy trip. And then at the end of it, we're going to go to this awesome pizza place that my friend knows of called Fox's Den Pizza. And they basically serve pizza like this big freaking almost like cookie sheet. Like it's like this crazy freaking, it's like 24 by like 16 inches of pizza. And like they serve that pizza with like wings and fries and like, yeah, it's going to be like this huge buffet that we do. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm also factoring in that I have games coming out in June that I have pre-ordered. So not going to have as much money to go crazy as I wish, but I do have like a list of stuff that I'm looking for, some specific stuff, and then like I just general like, hey, I'd like to add this to my collection. You know, some of them though, I looked up prices for some of those old games that I'm looking for, and holy shit, like, like I can't believe some of the prices of some of those games. Like I did not know. I think it's Bomberman Part 2 or Bomberman 2 on NES. Like that game's rare, so it's like $120 just for the cartridge. And I'm like, that's damn. And then the one that blew my mind even more was like Bubble Bobble Part 2 is like $300 for the cart. And then there's a game on Super Nintendo I really want that I'm honestly gonna probably opt and get a repo of at this point because it'd just be freaking cheaper. Is a game called Hagane, and that game for the cart alone is like $650 on average. That's average price. That's not factoring in that you might not find it for that price anywhere. And so it's just like I want all these really rare and expensive games, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna fucking get repos for this shit. Like fuck it. I just want physical cards. I could not be bothered to freaking spend that much on, like, I think the most expensive retro game I bought to date. Oh, I forgot to sell that helmet. Damn it. I don't want to go back. Most expensive retro game I bought to date was probably Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X. I spent $55 for that for a loose cart. but that's fair considering it's like 65, 70 elsewhere. So I think I got a pretty good deal for what I paid for it. But yeah, like, but before that, I think that the most expensive game I bought was maybe, well, before that was probably Castlevania Bloodlines. I think I spent 45 from my cart for that. And then before that was my copy of Ikaruga for GameCube. I'm probably going to go to Anime Expo, which I'm hyped for. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, my younger brother and a few of my friends are currently up 3 hours away from me going to a con. They actually run panels. They do panels at these cons. And yeah, they've done it consistently for the past couple of years. So they're doing 3 this year. They're doing one every day for the entire course of the event. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. That's a bit of an undertaking. I decided not to go with them. It's a long story. Like I probably shouldn't really get into that here. But long story short, I kind of I got miffed about certain aspects of the trip, and so I decided, yeah, I'm not gonna go. The money that I had originally was gonna have for that trip, I ended up spending, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna grab 2 of my other friends and we're gonna go up again, but we're gonna go do game shopping. So yeah, that's kind of what I decided to do. And you know, and no offense to people who go to these things, like, I understand that it really is sort of a, you know, like a big deal. Like cons are nothing, you know, just to shake shit at. But for me personally, it's just like I don't really think cons are my thing. And it wasn't necessarily that I had bad experiences with the few times that I have gone to cons. It's just, the more I think about it, it's like the more I realize when I'm out of town, like, I don't feel like just being secluded to one area and just, you know, because, like, I don't get to go out of town very often. So, like, a lot of the time when I go out of town, there's, like, all these places I want to visit. There's, like, all these different shops and everything that I want to go to. And so it just kind of becomes, like, convincing people to go with me, you know, and some of my friends, unfortunately, just don't really care for that sort of thing. You know, they don't care for retro game shopping and stuff like that, which is completely fine. So yeah, I've kind of grown a little bit distant from the idea of attending more cons. I was kind of excited for this con because I was excited with the prospect because Steve Bloom and Mary Elizabeth McGillen were both going to be there. I don't know if that changed at all, but I wanted to see Mary again because I got to see her with the first con I went to. I got to see her, but I didn't have anything for her to sign. This to go around, I was going to take my Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex Season 1 box set, and I was going to have her sign it. And then for Steve Blum, I was going to have him sign my my Cowboy Bebop box set. And I think I was going to have him sign something else, but I don't remember what that I was going to have him sign. There was something specific that I was, like, super excited for the prospect of having his signature on. So yeah, I can't remember, actually. After this year, I might slow down considerably on them. Basically, I did last 3 years and doing 3 again this year. AWA is about 3 months after Anime Expo, which I'll go to. Then I got MomoCon in a few weeks, which I like going. I like going to them, but they do get taxing after a while. Yeah, I can understand that. And you got to tell me how Suda 51 is going to be at MomoCon. So you've got to tell me what he announces, because like I that would probably be the only reason I would go to MomoCon, is just for that. Because I'm super excited that he's actually going to go, and I'm just like, oh my god, I want to know more about No More Heroes and such. Okay, and there's a reason I'm doing this. This particular part, like, if you go in here with armor, it drains your armor's durability. So, oh, Ruben's gonna be there. That's really cool. Oh fuck. Run, run, naked man. Run. Okay, okay. No, wrong armor. I don't remember what I... Oh. I was like, I don't remember what I had equipped. Bastard sword. Shield. That. And that. Okay. That's really awesome. Ruben's going to be there. He would be another one I'd like to meet. If just once. I've heard he's a really cool guy. Yeah. Come in. Oh, I think I'm lucking out. I think the return to Drangleic is way past due, and freaking people will stop playing. At least the console version of Dark Souls 2, because my cousin's been replaying Dark Souls 2 himself on PC, and he said that there's a lot of activity going on, surprisingly. Whack. Yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunately, there are cons, of course, in my state, but it's pretty much anywhere that I want to go in this frickin' state. I have to travel, and it's just ugh. I'm not necessarily partial to traveling, especially if it's a long frickin' ways away. Like the when I went to see Ninja Sex Party in 2017. Yeah, because we didn't get to go to the Tour de Force. So when I went and saw them, we went to Denver, and that was, oh my god, we were in a car that is not meant for more than probably 3 people, with 5 people. We stayed at a shitty hotel, but I totally get it because, you know, my younger brother, he was covering a lot of it. You know, he bought our tickets and everything like that, and you know, and he was the one paying for the hotel, and he wanted somewhere close to the venue. And so it was this place in downtown Vendor. Freaking, oh my god. Yeah, it was not pleasant. The concert, on the other hand, was fucking phenomenal. I had way too much damn fun at that freaking concert. I won't be posting any of the videos I took because I'm singing in half of them, and I'm tone deaf, so I can't fucking hear myself singing. Hello. Come in here. A whack. A whack. A whack. A whack again. Damn, I freaking half-healthed her. A whack. 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 One more whack. There we go. Well, tone deaf because it was so loud I couldn't hear myself. That's what I mean. I don't mean like I'm actual tone deaf. No, it's just I'm tone deaf when it comes to like there's so much noise I couldn't hear myself. So like I'm singing, but I'm singing really off key in the videos and everything. It's kind of funny. But I would have loved to frickin' I would have loved to post some of them, but yeah, I was really embarrassed after I rewatched them. I was like, oh my god, you're hearing me sound like a fruitcake. You're hearing me sing like a fruitcake. I sound awful. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Yeah, it was just so loud in the frickin' venue, like, holy shit. Oh, God, I know. I know. God, man, there have been so many people on my timeline frickin' creaming their pants over her. Like, good lord. I mean, she looks good, don't get me wrong. She looks great, like, her model and everything like that. I'm just like, good lord. I mean, I certainly hope that the remake does a better job at conveying her character, because her character, you know, wasn't necessarily the greatest in the original, you know, Final Fantasy VII, so... God, that's probably... I probably say that, and some frickin' dude's gonna watch the two people that watch my freaking archive streams, you know, are gonna hear me say that and freaking write me a freaking essay in my YouTube comments. But like I said, models look freaking amazing. Like, it looks like it's shaping up to be everything that I think fans want it to be, and that's what I'm excited for. You know, that's what I really wanted more than anything. Okay, so no, those are just the same flags. Okay. Yeah, those are in the main home.
I am Nishan, a true monarch, the last king of this. He found.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
We have no.
No, she doesn't talk to you after that. But yeah, what? Yeah. Okay. See, like, I always misunderstood that design. I always thought it was like a person. It kind of looks like a person in a mask, but no, it's just a design, like a shield or something. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and I get it. I get people are like super into that freaking game. I don't think it's a bad game by any means. There's really not a fan of, like, to be honest, like, there's really not a Final Fantasy I dislike, or at least one that I've played that I've disliked. So, you know. But yeah, I'm not on the I'm not on the Aerith hype train like everybody else is. I'm just like, I'll give credit where credit is due. Her model looks fantastic for what it is, but yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, ow, fuck. Ow. Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna take this fucker out because he's got the lower health pool. Ow! Shit. Oh. 13 is my least favorite for a lot of good reasons. Story 2 isn't bad per se, just it could have been executed better. Lightning is a very polarizing character. I can't comment on 13 because I still have yet to play them. I have really been wanting to, and I actually wanted to stream them because I wanted to see if they were as bad as people actually said they were. But yeah, I've heard that a lot. Like, I heard Lightning wasn't really like everybody's favorite character and everything. But yeah, I really want to play the games before I make my final decision on whether or not I like them or not. It's kind of like the whole Metroid Other M thing. Like, I still need to play that game in its entirety before I finally definitively say if this game, to me, you know, is as bad as everybody says it is. I know it's definitely got some horrible elements to it. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna... Yeah, Metroid Other M. Oh boy. It kind of begs the question, though, with that series, is Federation Force worse than Other M? Because Federation Force bombed to shit. That game sold so poorly, it wasn't even funny. Yeah, I need to freaking start bumping up vitality. I think when I get some of these certain things to 20, I want to get my attunement to a certain point, but yeah, I heard several things about Federation Force. I just know that the game bombed really bad. It did horrible in sales. Like, and I don't think it got really any better last I checked. Like, just did absolutely garbage. That would have been nice to actually go back to Magnolia and actually burn the Sublime Bone Dust and freaking upgrade my Estus Flask. Yeah, that would have helped. Would have made my healing go faster. Did I need to put anything else away? Yeah, I can put that away. No, I think I'm good. Don't give me nightmares, Andre, please. I think one of my brain cells just committed suicide when I read that. Fucking Lords of Shadow 3. Oh my god, Konami fucked themselves so hard on that series and no one's gonna frickin' tell me otherwise. Won't for a minute believe that series... Oh god, yeah, I was gonna go to Dwarf Pharaohs. Yeah. I tried very, very hard to stomach playing those freaking games, and I fucking couldn't. I even tried Mirror of Fate. I tried to give Mirror of Fate the benefit of the doubt because it went back to the original side-scrolling style, like Metroidvania style. I really tried, but I could not fucking do it. Like... and I had a person, I was in Xanthon's stream, I had a person get into a huge old argument with me about that. And like, you know, I've always stated, and I don't like the idea that like, I'm trying to state my opinion as fact. My opinion is not fact, it's an opinion. You know, for me, personally, I tried to enjoy Lords of Shadow, and I couldn't. You know, I just vehemently could not enjoy that game, like, that series at all. But that's just me. You know, if you find enjoyment, like, there could be people who freaking have no idea what Castlevania is and play Lords of Shadow. Lords of Shadow be the first game that they play, and they might find enjoyment in it. And that's perfectly fine. Like, I am not going to sit there and tell you you can't play those games or that you're wrong for playing those games, because I have my own guilty pleasures. You know, I like Mega Man X6. Mega Man X6, like, I didn't think it was a bad game when it first came out. I know it's bad now, but it's a guilty pleasure for me, and the soundtrack's stellar. Quantum Theory, another game. It's a freaking game that, like, went under the rug. I remember seeing it in Game Informer and was just like, oh my god, this game looks really cool. And it ended up being like a Gears of War clone, and not necessarily a good one, with a very convoluted story that's really hard to follow. You have to pick up on a lot of subtle stuff with it, but I loved it. I just loved the world that they built, and I was like, man, I want more. And it hinted to a sequel, but there's never going to be a fucking sequel to that game. You know, Evergrace and Eternal Ring on the PS2, both old school Atlas games, both old school FromSoft games, and they're both regarded as some of the worst games that the PS2 has to offer, and I don't think that they're horrible. You know, again, both instances of soundtracks being really fucking good. And I'm not saying that a soundtrack just has to be good to freaking win me over, but it does help to a certain extent, because it's like, oh, that soundtrack is really freaking good. I can listen to that and really enjoy it. You know, so I'm not gonna sit there and definitively say that my opinion is fact. Like, I'm not egotistical enough to ever think that, you know. For a long time, like, it took me a long time, you know, because I was one of those people who, I got really anal when people said bad things about the games that I liked. Like, it took me a long time to realize that, like, AVGN as a whole, like James Rolfe's character, like it's just a character, and him as a person might not necessarily view the games that he reviews in the same way. You know, Castlevania 64 is another example. I don't think Castlevania 64 is a bad game. It's kind of bullshit what happened. Like, if you know the whole history behind why there's two versions of that game that exist, it's really bullshit, because basically they were put on a deadline, and so they pushed out an incomplete product to the N64, and then that's why the next one, Legacy of Darkness, came out. And did everything right. And I think Legacy of Darkness, if you're going to play either of the N64 games, is the one to choose, because you get the complete product. You not only get the prequel story leading up to the two main characters showing up to Castlevania to freaking fuck Dracula's day up, but then you also get a side thing that unlocks all the bonus content. And so it's just, you know, it's all to the eye of the beholder. I always hold true to that. Like, because a bunch of guys in the IAS don't like the N64 Castlevanias, and I'm not going to sit there and try to convince them that those games are better than what they think they are. You know, everybody's got their own taste. If they don't like them, they don't like them. You know, I know Reapers didn't like Cross Tekken, and I think Cross Tekken is a really good game. Like, it's not good in like the balance sense, because there obviously are broken characters, but I do think as a fighter, it's an enjoyable experience. You know, and I'm not going to sit there and tell Reapers he's wrong for his opinion, you know. Yeah, I know James doesn't like Platinum. He's very outspoken about that, and that's completely fine. Like, he doesn't like Nintendo either, you know, so, you know, but again, to each their own. Like, I'm not going to sit there and tell people that they're wrong. You know, I'm a very realistic and objective person, so like I can look at the faults of things. Like, you know, Platinum has had a good track record, but there have been instances like the TMNT game that they made that just fucking sucked, you know. But I love the fuck out of Vanquish. Like, Vanquish to me is a freaking fantastic and stellar experience of a game, and like I'm not gonna change my opinion on that. Yeah, and again, he's welcome to that. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and tell him he's wrong. Like, I don't have to defend companies or my reasonings for liking them. I can just choose to disagree, and I do a lot of the time. Like, I don't think Platinum is an absolutely atrocious company, because they have made good games. Like, I think Vanquish to me is freaking amazing, you know. Like Vanquish, Madward, and Rising are the best games IMO. Platinum reuses a lot of aspects, which gets tiring. Yeah, but I think if that's an argument, I've not necessarily heard James use this, but if that was an argument that someone like James used, I would kind of beg the question of, like, then why do you play Dark Souls? Because FromSoft uses a lot of similar aspects and assets from previous titles in their games. So, like, that to me sounds kind of like, again, I'm not saying James ever said this. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if someone like James, who enjoys the Soul series and everything like that, were to say that, I would have to call that into question and be like, how can you play the Soul series then when they do the exact same thing? You know? Except 2, you know, the one that I'm playing. Yeah, I know, and I know that's why Sekiro was kind of a big deal for him at first. I know that he didn't really enjoy it the first go around. I don't know if his opinion has changed. I know he really liked Neo. So yeah, I didn't really keep up with that. Come on, come on, come this way, please. I think this is the door. I hope this is the door. I never remember. Oh, hi. Yes, it is the door, but I forgot your bitch ass is behind it. I was kind of sold it on by the trailer, but I will definitely give you my opinion because I pre-ordered it. I'll definitely let you know how I feel about it when all is said and done. Wait, there's something. Oh! The epiphany came back that I was like, wait, there's an enemy down here now. And I remembered what it was. One of the monkey dudes. But yeah, I'm interested in Astral Chain, so I definitely want to give it a shot. But yeah, you know, I'm not really fazed by people having dissenting opinions. Like, it only really irks me when it's kind of like a discussion, you know, or when I talk to certain people and they try to like hone in like, no, you're wrong. You know, because I did. Like, when I got into that argument with the individual in my friend's stream, you know, about Lords of Shadow, you know, he basically tried to, like, completely fucking tell me that I'm wrong for disliking Lords of Shadow, you know, which is bullshit. Like, I would never tell somebody that they're... Yeah, I would never tell somebody that. You know, it's not my decision, you know. What does this dude sell? Human effigies, and then he sells some of the dark spells. Okay, I am gonna attempt the first part of this, since the gate opens for free and you don't have to freaking spend a you don't have to spend an effigy to open it. But yeah, I get irritated when people try to like swing it that if they disagree with you on something that you're wrong for your assessment. Like, I don't like that. You know, especially on stuff like media, like the media you ingest, because taste is super subjective. You know, content. You know, whether it be YouTube channels, you know, Twitch streamers, you know, comedy, stand-up comedics, you know, video games, movies, anime, all that shit is subjective. Like, all my friends love the shit out of like slice of life genre anime, and I fucking can't stand it. Like, I can't stand slice of life anime, like, at all. Like, so yeah, it's just like one of those things where like I'm just like, you know, you have your own taste. If we can have a rational discussion about it, I'll talk to you about it. But a lot of the time, sometimes with certain people, I just feel like the rationality is not going to be on the table, and I'm going to be trying to convince, like, basically told I'm either wrong or whatever, you know. So I try to stay away from altercations like that. And yeah, I know about the drama in the server. I know, dude. I know. Yeah, it's... And to be perfectly fair, you know, I've gotten kind of tired because it seems like every other day there's something going on in the server, and that's kind of why I stay out of it a lot of the time. Because again, I am not a confrontational person. I don't like dealing with conflict. Like, I already have enough shit on my plate that I stress out about on a day-to-day basis, you know, and still deal with things like my depression and things like that. It's like, I don't need internet drama. I don't need to sit there and freaking stick my nose into someone else's BS. Oh my fucking god, Havel. Oh, I'll keep doing this. I'll keep doing it until I can't cast it anymore. I kind of like how he just sat there and took it. That was actually really funny. Do I want to use one of my med heals? I'll pop a life gem. Yeah, yeah, but I already, when it comes to that, I already have, like, some choice things about all the parties involved in that. So it's just like, do I open my mouth, or do, you know, I just kind of let things be and try to let it simmer down, and hopefully everything ends up being okay later. Yeah, I try to. You know, because again, like, oh, fuck me. Holy shit. Oh, fuck this dude. Fuck this dude. Fuck all that. That was absolute fucking horseshit how much damage that took. Oh my god. Fuck you and your rapier. Why are fucking rapiers so goddamn good in this fucking series? Oh yeah, please, please don't. Like, because I was having a shit day. Oh. Now I have to go back in there. Fun, and I have to fight the Havel again. That's fine. No, so with that, it was basically, and this is always kind of how I take away things like this. It was the same shit, different flavor, different day. This shit has happened so often with YouTubers. Like, it's just gotten to the point where I'm getting so tired of hearing about it. Like, I was watching a YouTuber, you might know him, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. His name is Cognitive Thought, and he does a podcast, sort of talk show, on an alt channel called Cognitive Talks. And so I was following a lot of internet drama that was going on a side of YouTube that's not related to gaming, and it just got so bad, like, to the point where it was just progressively getting worse, and I was just like, I need to stop. Like, I can't listen to this shit anymore. Like, it just gets so tiring hearing about it, and it's just like, it happens with YouTubers so often, and that's kind of the thing, like, I'm so glad that I didn't ever ascend to, like, having a fan base or anything like that, because that was one thing that like, from my own personal experience, you know, I just didn't want to fall into that trap where I get to the point where, like, I'm a big successful YouTuber or Twitch streamer or whatever, and I fall into the same routine, the same song and dance that a lot of these people do, that they start doing shit that's totally not okay and should have never been okay to begin with, but they think it's okay, and they try to rationalize that it's okay because they think that they're important, they think that they're special because they have all these people that support them. And, you know, it's that sort of mentality that I've always tried vehemently to keep away from. You know, I want this to be fun. I want this to be a hobby. Like, I just want to have people that I could take along for the ride every now and then, and I could talk to games with. And again, that's why, like, when it comes to a lot of the drama that goes on in like the Discord servers, for example, like, I tend to stay out of it, because it's like, I didn't join these servers for that. I didn't join these servers to start fucking internet drama with people. You know, I joined these servers because I thought for once it was a place that I would be comfortable in, where I could just talk about games and just bullshit about games all day. You know, I'd say one person I used to like, now dislike, is Gaming Brit and Hyperbit Hero. A lot of good reasons. Yeah, I know who Gamer Brit is, and I'm pretty sure I've heard Hyperbit Hero's name before, but oh, it was doing more damage because he was wet. Yeah, you come up over here. Come up over here, my friend. Come to me. Come to me and stand in the water so I can zap the ever-living shit out of you. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, and I've never liked that about I've never liked that about people. I don't like people who try to exert the idea that like what I say is law, you know. That's why I watch the channels that I do, because they don't do that. You know? He claimed this gen wasn't good until DMC5 came out, which yeah, oh god. I have heard before people make the argument that the PlayStation 2 had no good games. I've genuinely heard this spoken. I vehemently disagree with that. I think that that is an absolute lie. Like, it's not even something that, like, okay, so objectively, you might not like the PS2 library, but to sit there and say that every single freaking game that was ever released on that platform is awful is complete and utter horse shit. Because you know damn good and well that that system wouldn't have succeeded and wouldn't have sold if there were no good games on it.
Yes, the most.
Oh, I don't have any souls with me. I was gonna buy the other three. Sue the Sphere Hunter and Fox Cake are better alternatives to him since he was passionate about what she does. Yeah, I like Sphere Hunter. I've actually started to enjoy her content. I've watched Avalanche Jared for a long time too, because way back in a long ago age, I actually had a review channel that I started. And I thought it was going to be this most awesome thing that I was going to review games that I like, and I found out about I found out about Avalanche Jared because he subscribed to my review channel back in the heyday. So yeah, I became good friends with him after that. He's a really cool dude. I also watched Spawn Wave. I like Spawn Wave a lot, mainly just because they're a news channel, and so I like to keep up on news that I might miss on Twitter. Because, you know, Niche Gamer, I follow Niche Gamer, but they don't always report on everything right away. So I definitely like to try to stay informed, and Spawn Wave does a really good job at that. And I also like watching his system breakdowns; those are really cool. They interest the ever living hell out of me just because of like how crazy it is to think of like how systems like work and stuff like that when he does breakdowns of like opening systems and controllers and things like that. I'm a really weird when it comes to like tech stuff, so I love seeing stuff like that because I just find it fascinating. Fuck. Yeah, I'm dead again. Anti-Voldemort channels, on the other hand, I haven't watched a video of him since... I hear his name and it blows my mind. The only guy talking about him that I follow is Mr. Ludacris, but I don't really watch any of his videos about it, because I started watching Mr. Ludacris not for his Voldemort stuff. I don't actually remember the reason why I started following Mr. Ludacris. I think he ended up, like, he got shouted out on a channel or something like that, I feel, and that's why I started following him. He's cool, though. I think he's one of the better ones, and I'm glad that he doesn't always talk about freaking Voldemort.
Finally, you are.
Yeah,
The most if. The most if.
I completely understand that. I'm very much the same way. I don't like hearing about the same person. Like, you know, because it just really, at the end of the day, it comes down to, you know, is it worth stressing over somebody on the internet? Like, you know, it took a long time for me to learn that. You know, I used to stress out all the freaking time about, for lack of a better term, keeping my place, if you will, in certain circles. And there was a point where I stopped giving a fuck. Like, I've had people threaten to freaking dox me. I've had people threaten to destroy me, you know, destroy any sort of credibility I might have ever had on the internet, which is none. I don't think I've ever had any cred. Like, you know, I've had, yeah, it's just, I've gone through the ringer. Like, I freaking, You know, freaking bigger YouTuber than me got all anal that I called his fans a bunch of idiots. So, you know, I just took a step back, and I finally said to myself, I was just like, why the fuck do I care? You know, these people are not going to do anything to me. Like, yeah, it's become kind of a thing now where people will be like, oh, I'll dox you and I'll get your information and I'll call your place of work and things like that. Well, newsflash, I don't work. I'm a full-time student right now, so out of luck there. But, you know, it's just like I just stopped worrying about it because, you know, I got into... So I have an old video on my YouTube channel where when I started YouTube, one of the things I really liked a lot was flash animations. I thought flash animations were like the coolest fucking thing. And I really wanted to be a flash animator at one point. Like, I really, like, because I used to do art. Like, I used to draw art a lot, and I stopped after a while, and I stopped working on art, and I stopped trying to pursue it as a career. And yeah, I did a lot of sprite. I did these sprite flash animations when I learned how to start, like when I started learning how to use Macromedia. So I have this one. It's based on Kingdom Hearts, of course, because I was a big freaking Kingdom Hearts fanboy when I first started out my YouTube channel. My old videos attest to this fact. And so I randomly got a comment on this video. It's 8 years old now. So it's old as shit. Like, it's fucking old. Like, it's an old fucking video. So I randomly get this comment, and this person's kind of asking me, like, hey, I really liked where this was going. Why did you stop? Because I only ever did 2 episodes of this particular series. And mainly the big reason it stopped is just my lack of motivation, and I stopped caring. Like, it wasn't going anywhere. It didn't skyrocket my sub count or anything like that. And for a time I really was all about, like, trying to see if I could get a genre of video to stick that people will stay for. You know, long ago I did really want to do video game stuff. Like, I had always envisioned that I would. But I always tried to kind of build that fan base up first to try to see if I could get something to stick and build a fan base around that, then I could start, you know, going into other genres of different types of YouTube videos. Well, this person asked me, you know, so they're like, hey, you know, I really like this. Why did you stop this video series? And I told them, I said it turned into lack of motivation. I just didn't care to finish it or to do any more with it. I told, like, because he essentially wanted me to start it again. And I told this person, I said, look, there's no way I can do that. Like, a lot of the original stuff that I had for it, it's gone. Or if I still have it, it's shoved in a file somewhere. I'd have to dig out the freaking disc of Macromedia Flash I had somewhere, you know. So it just, like, the conversation spiraled into this nonsense, like, just this mess of a freaking thing where, like, this person started accusing me of cyberbullying because I told them, like, because basically I was nice with them at first, and I told them that, like, look, I don't want to do anything with this series. But you're free to do so if you want. Like, if you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to start doing stuff around the series, be my guest. It's nothing new. It's not my intellectual property. Square Enix owns all this shit. If you want to do stuff with it, be my freaking guest. Like, I am not gonna freaking mind, like, at all. Like, because I'm sure that the story's been done before. Well, this person just would not take no for an answer. And so they kept trying to, like, oh, well, why don't you reach out to this Kingdom Hearts YouTuber who I had no fucking clue existed? And I looked up, this guy has like 200,000 subs. And I'm like, I'm not going to go bug some YouTuber about redoing a fucking Dead in the Water series from 8 years ago that I have none of the assets for. Like, that's retarded. Like, I'm not going to go bug somebody I have no prior knowledge of even existing on this platform with this nonsense. That's ridiculous. You know, and I'm a YouTuber with 144 subs. Do you seriously think that they're going to see a DM from me and be like, oh, yeah, I want to work with that guy? You know, so it just turned into like this huge thing, and I told the person, I was like, look, I'm sorry, like, you're just not gonna get this out of me. Like, I am not gonna revive this series. I have no intention of bringing it back. So I don't know what you want me to do, and I don't know what you expect. Well, this person started accusing me of like cyber bullying them, and I said, if you can't take harsh criticism, because it was more or less, I didn't cuss at this person. I tried to be as professional and as nice and as legitimate as I could be, because I was trying to, I gave them a fucking essay on why I wasn't going to continue that series and what happened with that series as a whole, because not only did I lose all the assets, I never wrote the script down. Like, I never wrote down what was going to happen in the story. It was all up here in my noggin at the time, because I had motivation to actually see it done. And so God only knows what I would have even done with that series going any more forward. Well, this person had since deleted some of these comments, but I screen capped them, threatened to call the cops on me. And I laughed my ass off. I was like, you fucking do that. Like, like, almost in my head, I was like, I fucking dare you. Try it. Like, the cops here where I live are not going to give two shits about some freaking squabble on the fucking internet with two people who don't even know who each other are. Like, they're not going to care. Like, it didn't matter if you doxed my information and found out where I live. The police are not going to do anything about it here. And not only that, I know some of the officers here. Like, they have ties with my family. And my uncle was a former officer here. And so I'm sure if I reached out to him to tell, you know, it's just like this stupid shit. It's just like, you know, what the fuck this person hoped to gain. You know, and then they said that they were going to contact YouTube. And I was like, oh, yeah, have my fucking channel terminated because you got butthurt that I wouldn't revive an 8-year-old video series. Like, kiss my ass. Like, if you freaking nuke my YouTube channel, like, yeah, like, I'll be miffed because, like, according to a commenter, I'm, like, one of the few, like, older YouTube channels, like, from the 06 days that is still actively doing content. I didn't know that. That blew my mind to hear that. And part of me kind of thought that maybe I was like, this person might be busting my balls a little bit, but I took their word for it. I was just like, you know what? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm one of the few accounts from the 06 days that actually are still active. Not that I have much to show for it. I don't have a viewer base. I've never had a viewer base. My videos don't get a lot of views even when I do upload. So it's like, that doesn't really mean much in the long run, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, it's like, you know, even if my channel got purged, you know, yeah, it sucks because there would be certain things that I would obviously lose because I don't have backups of them. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, maybe that's just a sign that I should stop caring about YouTube. Like, if YouTube, it would be so easy that some person with, like, not even half the subscribers that I have can report my channel and my channel gets taken down, all because of an internet squabble over something as trivial as me not wanting to continue a video series from 8 years ago. Okay, the thing is, did like it at one point, but that was because I was going through depression and wasn't happy with my life. And when you bring up a good point, Rein, about criticism, because said group refuses to take any improvement to their content, which honestly, that's fucked over in the long run, along with turning into the person they make fun of. I remembered. That's a mimic. That's a mimic. Okay, yeah, keep doing that. That's fine. Yeah, no, I get you, man. And sorry, I went on a little bit of a tangent there because, yeah, that whole situation that happened on one of my older videos just fucking, I couldn't wrap my brain around it, to be perfectly honest. Like, it was just kind of like one of those crazy things, like, oh my god, this is actually fucking happening. to the YouTube user who thought for the longest time, because he's so small and irrelevant, that would never fucking happen. You know, that would piss someone off to the point that they were threatening freaking calling like authorities on me over something fucking petty. Like, oh, and that was the funny part. So, last thing, this person said I should go and get hypnotherapy to remember the plot line to this Flash animation from 8 years ago. And they got super mad when I told them that they could pay for it. Because I wasn't going to pay for it. That's what started the whole argument to begin with, is because they told me that they didn't have a bank account, and that they were obviously younger or whatever. And I basically said, why would you go and make an assertion of something like that? Why would you even say something like that if you weren't prepared to potentially deal with said thing? Like, I'm not going to go to a hypnotherapist to remember shit. You know, I've seen what that can do to people. I don't want false memories put in my head. You know, I'd prefer that not be a thing. You know, my brain's already fucked up enough as it is. I don't need to fuck it up more. Yeah, they wanted me to go to a fucking hypnotherapist to frickin' revert my mind back to frickin' 8 years ago to remember the plot for a fucking Flash animation. Like, oh my god. Like, I laugh, man. Like, that I'll give them credit. I had never heard something so asinine before. Like, that one got me. Like, I laugh like that, you know. And it was almost kind of at that point, like, I genuinely thought the person was a troll at that point. Like, because I don't typically get trolls on my videos, and if I do, it's usually some stupid ass fucking comment. Like, they'll make some freaking dumb fucking comment, you know, and most of the time I just ignore it, because fuck, you're that bored that you somehow managed upon my videos. Damn, that's telling. You have nothing else better to do and watch on YouTube? Shit, I have tons of shit to watch on YouTube daily. Like, you're telling me that you're gonna come fuck around on my channel? Like, are you serious? Yeah, it's... oh, man. Good times to be had all around. It's just funny to me. Like, it really is that, like... you know, because I know that, you know, I've heard people get the cops threatened on them, or people get swatted and shit. And, you know, it can happen to anybody. It really can, you know. But I was never of the assertion that I was on that radar, or I was relevant enough to warrant somebody potentially doing that, you know. Yeah, because the unfortunate circumstance of the internet is some people find validation in the weirdest ways. You know, they find they find fault with one person, find a group that targets said individual, and hail them as heroes because, oh, you're doing the thing that I don't have the balls to do myself. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I used to watch a YouTuber. He unfortunately has since purged his YouTube channel. The fucking dick. With no warning, by the way. We found out secondhand. I was really upset when I found that out. Because that's like an entire fucking part of me that's just gone now because of this person's videos. But you know, he did a couple live streams once, and he was kind of the same mindset. You know, a lot of people sort of looked at him as a hero in a way, because for some people he was speaking, the things that he talked about resonated, you know, and he said that he didn't want that. Like, don't view me as some sort of martyr, you know, like I'm not. Like, just take what I say and just do something with it. Don't sit there and like idolize me like I'm some sort of deity, you know. I would be really fucking uncomfortable with people. Like, people kind of jokingly saying, oh, you know, you're my hero, you know, or whatever. You know, that's fine. But, yeah, like, somebody, like, hailing me as a hero for, like, having an opinion on someone, yeah, that would kind of... that would disturb me quite a bit, to be perfectly honest. Oh, shit, that guy woke up. Oh, he ain't... oh, they all woke up. Oh god, that's fucking terrifying, how they run like that. Yeah, fuck off with your flippy bullshit. Never looked at that before. Alright, thanks, bro. I appreciate you coming by, man. I'm sure hearing me ramble was the best. I hope to get back into a consistent streaming schedule. I need to. So I can get through all those freaking games I've been wanting to get through. So I can move on to other shit. And not feel like I've hung up. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of items and shit I forgot that were... oh yeah, a life gem. Yeah, and that's a slippery slope that some people just... it's dangerous, you know? Ooh! I wonder. Is an actual player gonna be called by the Mirror Knight? Be really interesting to see. I only saw one summon sign, so not really hopeful in this case, but has that been going up? Like, oof. Oof. I hate how that dude's shield is so dumb. Oh shit, he shot shit. No, that's not a player. That's an AI. Ugh. Well, you have to put... I think you have to put your summon sign down to be summoned as a Mirror Knight Phantom. It very seldomly works. Shoot. Type it out, my dude. You heard me ramble, so... oh, man. God, why is it so fucking hot in here? Oh, fuck. That was a mistake. How do I call this thing back up? Oh. Oh, that's fun. Gotta wait for it to get to the bottom. Oops. Oh my god. Oh, I had weeaboos in my high school, but not that bad. Oh man, that's that's pretty freaking funny. I'm not gonna lie. That's like oof. That's a major oof. It's like, how the hell? Yeah, it sounds like it. Just a little petty, but damn. I mean, you know, to be fair, when I was like 7, you know, pretended I was frickin' Richter Belmont once on the playground. So used to pretend I was Link all the frickin' time. Holy crap. But yeah, in high school, yeah, no. I would have never gone into a fight and frickin' or try to fight somebody. For various reasons like that, you know. Like elementary school was a whole different thing, whole different entity. I was a kid, you know, doing kid things, playing make believe, you know. But like, yeah, I don't like want to frickin' fight somebody. And, oh god, and that's kind of scary too, considering that, you know, there have been freaking like shootings and shit that have taken place because people think that they're gonna freaking like summon the devil and shit. Like that one freaking cringe lord who freaking shot 3 of his freaking employees because he wanted to be freaking resurrected as a freaking female ghost. It's just like oof. Yeah, no thank you. Fuck. Can I get there we go. Yeah, get out of here. Stupid basilisk. Welcome to the worst area in Dark Souls 2. What's a good idea for an area? Oh, I know. Let's make an area that's 90% water. In a game that doesn't really have physics to involve water, where you are slowed with your movement because you're in water. Makes perfect sense to me. Ugh, I fucking hate this area. Yeah, and Scholar unfortunately didn't make this area any better, from what I remember. Hey, you, Mr. Sitting in the water. Come here. You know, that's kind of the weird thing. Like, the people I associated with didn't really, like, a couple of them were gamers, but not really a lot of them were. Like, there were a few freaking girls I hung around that were into, like, manga and would, like, openly read yaoi in freaking class, which I would never do even with Yuri. Like, fuck that. GTA 5 is the best game ever, even though I had never played it. Never heard that, but God, I could imagine. There was like, there's one dude who, I don't I don't really consider him a friend. I tried to at one point, because he was friends with my then at the time best friend. But he would always like contradict everything I always said about particular video games. Like, you know, I would recommend my friend, like I would say, oh, hey, you got a PS2, you should play such and such. You know, like, let's just say Crimson Tears, for example. Crimson Tears for PS2. Well, if said boyo was in vicinity, he would be like, no, don't actually play that. That game sucks. And I never understood it. And finally, I called him out on it. I was like, why don't you stop contradicting everything I fucking say? And he had to ask my friend what contradiction meant. Just let that sink in. Yeah, the same individual, when I dropped out of high school, decided to tell my then best friend at the time that anything I ever had to say at beyond that point, beyond the day that I dropped out of school, no longer had any validity because I didn't have a diploma. Yeah. He tried to convince my then best friend to go gay with him. My then best friend is not in the slightest interested in men. Is very, very straight. Yeah, this person is just an awful person, especially.
We knew you were unstoppable. We will. We know.
This guy.
But when this is
He
when
So one of the last tournaments I ran for the weeklies. So when I started going to the weekly FGC gathering here, this individual, this guy who freaking tried to convince my friend to go gay and all this other shit, he was a part of it. I already knew he was a part of it, but in my head I said, well, that's fucking fine. You know, because he was a Smash Bros player. He caught into the Smash scene, and that's a whole bag of worms that I'll save for another day. Because, yeah, he has some interesting thoughts about who started the Smash scene and everything. Well, the last tournament because we moved to a spot, and when we moved to that spot, the venue host wanted us to launch weekly tournaments, weekly buy-in tournaments. And one of the last tournaments I did was for Soul Calibur 5. And this was before my friend Andrew passed away. Andrew being the guy who taught me how to play Soul Calibur. He was super into Soul Calibur, about the only fighting game he played. He never played Street Fighter, never played Dead or Alive, never played Tekken. Only Soul Calibur. And he was fucking good at it. He was really good at it. Like, it's a shame when I think about it, because he could have been good at any other fucking fighting game, but he was damn good at Soul Calibur. Well, we do a tournament and he's in it. Well, this guy, not my buddy Andrew, this other guy, he and I end up in, I believe it's in losers, or maybe it was semifinals. I think, no, it had to be losers finals, because we needed the person to bump up to grand finals. It was me and this guy that, you know, said a bunch of shit about me behind my back, and tried to convince my friend to go gay and all this other shit. And by the way, he tried to convince my friend to go gay after a breakup, by the way, specifically saying that sometimes you have to play for the other team. He denies this to this day that he ever said this, but no, I have vivid memory that I was told that this occurred. Well, me and him end up in losers finals, and because I think I want to say Andrew put me in the fucking losers bracket. So we end up, it's fucking close. It's like, I think it ended up being like 3-2. Like, it came down to the last round. And I lost, obviously. I lost, obviously. And I got vehemently fucking pissed about it because I had been practicing that entire week leading up to that tournament. And I know that this guy wasn't fucking playing the game. And he played a character, and Andrew kind of talked to me later about it, telling me that Ezio is really a bullshit character in Soul Calibur 5 because this dude was playing Ezio, because of fucking course he was. He's a bullshit character because his animations are really wonky, and so it's hard to tell when certain things are coming out and when things aren't. And I was playing Nightmare, who is a hard hitter, but he's slow, and you have to combo like fucking crazy to get the damage to make up for the fact that Nightmare is slow. So I lost, and that was the first time I genuinely felt anger, like, for a long time, like genuine rage in me built up, because as every time he got a win on me, I could see him from the corner of my eye, like his body language was like he was excited that he was beating me. And that pissed me off, because up until that point, he had never faced me in any other freaking game. He had never faced me in Under Night, never faced me in Aquapaza, freaking Tekken, Guilty Gear, none of it. He had never faced me in any of those games. And I think I beat him in Sam's show, if I remember right, which I could be wrong, because I know I don't remember if he fought me in Sam's show or not. So he beats me and goes on to fight my friend Andrew, of course. Before I got up, I told him to get fucked, because I knew he was going to. I straight up looked at his face and I told him, get fucked, because he was facing Andrew. He was facing the guy who taught me how to play Soul Calibur. I knew he was going to win. Like, hands down. Like, it wasn't even a fucking decision. Like, I knew Andrew was going to beat him. And this was also too, we when I set up the tournament brackets, I always asked what people wanted to be named. And for this particular tournament, this individual decided to name himself Low Tier God. I don't like Low Tier God. I never will like Low Tier God, and I never understand why people even give that guy any sort of validity at all. So that already pissed me off too. So when I called up for the finals, I called him low tier shill, or low shill god, something like that. Well, Andrew beat him, obviously. Andrew, only tournament he was ever in that I hosted for the weeklies, never came back after that, which is the funny thing. I always laughed at that. It was like he came, he got his win, he freaking rode off into the sunset and never came back. I still laugh when I think about that. But this person, so, you know, Andrew obviously passed away, and this guy, such a fucking, and I will never forgive him for this. To the day that I die, he will never, ever get my forgiveness. And the sad thing is that this guy's mother passed away very tragically, very suddenly, and I sympathized, because, you know, I know what it is. I know what it feels like to lose a family member, but I don't know what it is to lose a parent. And I couldn't fathom what would happen if I lost either my mother or my father so suddenly, you know. So I did sympathize with him for a bit, and for a while I kind of left him alone, you know, and was just like, you know what, he needs time to grieve. That's perfectly fucking fine, you know. Well, when Andrew passed away and my former best friend told this news to this individual, he immediately declared himself the king of Soul Calibur. For a one-time tournament that we did as a community, one time. We never did Soul Calibur any other time. We never even played it any other time. He claimed himself the king of Soul Calibur, because the person who beat him was no longer amongst the living. So I guess by default in his head, he now has first place spot. Yeah. So this individual he's a piece of shit. Like, and the fact that anybody, and I told the Smash players, I told them straight to their fucking faces. I said, I don't know why you guys hang out with him. I honestly don't. Like, I honestly don't get how you guys even fucking tolerate him, because I can't tolerate him for fucking shit. I just bite my tongue and I deal with the fact that he exists in the same space as me, you know. And yeah, they laughed at that. Yeah, they thought that was kind of fucking funny that I had that opinion. But yeah, when I heard that, I'm glad I haven't seen that guy again since, because I would have some choice fucking words for him, and I would tell him horrible, horrible fucking things that I would never wish on any other person, you know. Well, to be perfectly fair, I almost did several times, because he one night got into an argument with me because he asked me and my former best friend, you know, what would happen if we stormed out of our house. Like, we got into an argument with our parents and we stormed out of our house, right? And like left the situation or whatever. Well, I pretty much said, you know, I think that there would be tension, but at the end of the day, I also think that once we all had a minute to calm down, we could come back and talk about it, you know, because my family was like that, you know, and my family's always been like that. We like to talk things out and try to see both sides of things, you know. And I think my parents would definitely give me that leeway. You know, I wasn't the perfect child. I wasn't the perfect son. You know, I didn't do some shit that some of my siblings did, but you know, I have never been perfect. You know, I fuck up a lot. You know, I fuck up all the time. And you know, so we had this discussion, and his response was that my parents raised me wrong. Because they would want to talk to me and try to hash things out and make things okay if we got into a heated argument that resulted in me leaving my home. Yeah. So I went off. And the only reason I didn't freaking beat the ever-living shit out of him was because I was in the back seat of my former best friend's car. You know, and he was up in the front with him. And another reason that, you know, my friend Andrew held me back a lot. You know, he knew that I wanted to do nothing more than to beat the ever-living shit out of this person. But he held me back, and I didn't want to start drama amongst me and my other friends. I didn't want there to be that stigma. You know, but yeah, there's been numerous times, especially during the weeklies, you know, there were several times where he put his hands on my arcade stick. He put his feet on them once. He sat on my arcade stick, and I had every reason to be pissed. It was a disrespect to my property when I hadn't actually ever done that to him. And that was the thing that I never understood. We didn't like each other, but I never disrespected his property. I never went and took his shit without his permission or did anything to his shit. You know, and they thought that was fucking funny, that he sat on my stick. It's like, I spent a good fucking amount of money on that fucking piece of hardware. I'll be damned if somebody disrespects it by freaking sitting on it. You know, and his whole excuse was, well, I didn't see it. That bullshit. The fucking thing's bright blue. How the fuck, bright blue against a brown couch. How the hell do you not see it? Yeah. But yeah, that was a tangent. Another one. That's all right. I didn't read some of your stuff, so I need to. I knew one kid who looked like Van from FF12 but shorter hair. Hand anime, like he thought all anime was bad. Guess where he hung out? The school's anime club. He did nothing at all in the club but act like a wannabe tough guy who thinks he can get away with anyone. Oh, that's some bullshit. We had an anime club, but we didn't have anybody like that, and I partook in like 3 of the gatherings until a bunch of my friends stabbed me in the back and gave the anime club leadership to somebody else, even though they told me they had my back. So yeah, I stopped going. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I've been in my fair share of similar bouts. I got into a lot of fights in elementary school. I got into a lot of fights in middle school, and the ones in middle school turned a lot more violent. You know, so I've never been perfect. I've had my fair share of you know, doing shitty things, but you know, the thing is that I own up to it. I know that I could have handled a lot of those situations better, and I should have. I shouldn't have let shit get to me so bad. But you know, it's just like with certain scenarios, it's just like there's lines that people shouldn't cross, and especially when I was told that one night that my parents had raised me wrong. That's a line you don't fucking cross. Talk shit about me all you want, but don't bring my family into our bullshit. Don't fucking, because they have nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing at all to do with our petty squabbling, you know. Yeah, so it's just been one thing after another. But thankfully, I can understand that. There were a couple people I knew that were like that. In fact, one is my cousin's husband, and he kind of made freaking life for my one cousin a living hell, you know, by poking, like, teasing him and shit like that, you know, when it's unwarranted, you know, and he crossed the line too many times. Yeah, I can relate to that sort of feeling. I've been there probably a couple times myself. Oh shit. Give me 1 sec. It's still fucking hot in here. Oh. Sorry, I had to get up. My little calico cat, she was in here. She's been hanging out in here a lot, and she wanted out. That's why she kept walking between my legs. I knew she was there, and I was just like, oh, maybe she wants attention, but no, she was walking between my legs, trying to get my attention, and then walking to the door.
I'm glad to...
Oops.
I'm always here.
Fuck. That's hardcore. Yeah, no, totally get why you wouldn't want to be hanging around people like that. Or have not so nice things to say about them. Oh, that's fucking stupid. Why can I cast Great Heal 3 times but Med Heal twice? Let's make it 3. Like, why is 3 a bad number? Oh, you know what I should do? I should go buy more arrows. Yeah, I guess I'm thankful that Oh no, I totally get you, man. That's hardcore. I've never had. I guess I'm kind of blessed in a way in that regard that I've never had to deal with family members like that. So, weirdly enough, a lot of my family members were kind of, when I was younger, at least in a way, like quote unquote clean cut, where they tried to keep a lot of like the bad things away from me and my siblings. So. Yeah, no, I could. Sounds like it, man. I sympathize. That really sucks to have to deal with something like that. For me, it was just shit in school. Shit in school was always my biggest stress factor. Because kids just thought I was an easy target, apparently. Never really knew why that was, to be perfectly honest, but... Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's some horse shit. Yeah. No, again, you know, not to, like, try to put myself on a high horse or anything like that. I guess I lucked out that a lot of my grandparents would kind of have my back, more or less, if somebody was screwing with me like a family member was. So I guess I kind of lucked out in that regard. I fucking hate this area so much. Damn it. I keep trying to zoom in. I hate this area. Yeah, I can understand that feeling too. I've been freaking pissed off enough where I'll say some really, really horrible shit. I'm just actually curious. God, that doesn't even heal that much. That's good. That's good. You know, and as weird as it is to say, you know, I was talking, you know, I was talking a lot with my friend Xanthan today, and he's kind of going through a rough spot. You know, he had to kind of bail out of the place he was living in earlier than expected. And he's still kind of he's waiting basically for the new spot that he's hoping to live in to be ready for him. And yeah, he the former landlord he had is like basically called and threatened him with serving him legal action and everything like that. And you know, I've been assuring him, you know, that the best course of action is to just look forward, you know, just like look forward to your own horizon and just, you know, don't don't stress out on things, like basically telling him, you know, if that does come to pass, we'll deal with it at that time, you know. And so it's just like, you know, it's kind of what I tell, like what I try to, you know, tell people is like the best you can do, because like, you know, there's so much you know, I'm guilty of it. Like I've looked at things in my past and things like that, and I've just really had this like crazy, you know, I have these crazy things of like, well, what if I had done this different, or oh, what if I had chosen to do this or said that to this person, you know. And it just like it's okay to regret things, but to dwell on them is like the big thing that like you don't want to do, because like you'll be there forever, you know, because there are so many different solutions that probably could have helped in whatever scenario, but there's really no sense in dwelling on it. And I mean, I'm guilty of it. Like I struggle with that, especially a lot when it comes to, you know, thinking about Andrew's death. You know, like I still struggle with that. It's hard to just kind of let go and try to move on, but you know, I know that somewhere down the line I'll have to, you know, because it's for the better. Like I can't compromise my health, and I know that he wouldn't want that. You know, he wouldn't want me compromising myself, just dwelling on things that I didn't say to him, or things that I could have done with him that I didn't do. Fucking forget they put a dragon rider down here. Cameron, come on, bitch. Follow me. Because I ain't fighting you on the bridge. Come on. Cameron. This way, Sarah. Yes. Oh, God, he's got a lot of health. Damn, I thought the lightning would really help out. I could have waited to fight this dude, really. Damn it, I'm getting greedy with my swings. Oh, stunned him. Dead. Damn it, it's not as fun in Dark Souls 2. You can't spam the animation of like holding up your sword and shit like you can in freaking Dark Souls 1 and 3. Oh, I can't fucking wait until me and Xanthan get back to Dark Souls 3. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I have a video that I'm planning that I'm gonna do a compilation of all the little clips I took of me and him freaking fighting phantoms. It's freaking good shit. I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun to make that video. I have to wait though, because we haven't done everything yet. We haven't done the Ring City DLC yet. In 3. We were just about to get there when we were last playing. So I gotta wait for him to get settled in his new place and when he gets internet. Because he said he wasn't going to get internet, I think, until later this month, which sucks. Super sucks. Okay, to pelt the troll with a mountain of arrows, or to not pelt the troll. He comes back, so it's not like there's a real point to killing him now. I think he just kind of chills out there if I just leave him. Wrong thing. Or does he... There's a pyromancy out there. God, there's another one? How many of you are there? Stupid damn witches. Ugh. Their outfit's cool, though. Their outfit's pretty freaking cool. I wish it was actually armor you could get in the game. But unfortunately, it isn't. What is an unused content? Maybe it was unused content. I can't remember. Oh, God, there's another one there, too. They're just fucking everywhere. I think their robe might be unused content. I can't remember, actually. Okay. Oh, and I see 2 of them out there, too. Yeah, there's a pyromancy out there. There's something else. I'm trying to pay attention because I don't want to frickin' fall to my death. Damn it! Ah. There you are. I got freaking cursed, though. That's fun. Shove that in my face. Actually scared the crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, oh God! Do I have to kill? I probably do have to freaking kill this asshole to freaking get over there. Ugh. Hey you, Tubby. Come here. Bear. Yeah, you walk back. I'll poke you in the ass. He's like doing a little dance. Did I like break his AI? It's like he doesn't know what to frickin' do. Doesn't matter anyway, you're dead. Watch my fucking feet, because I don't remember where the water's edge is. Oh, I see it. I see it. Whack and whack. There's probably another 1 or 2 of those guys hanging around. Okay. Just actually, yeah, water's edge is doubled up in this area. Bop. Bop. Bye! I don't mind getting hit by one. Okay. Now I just gotta watch my freaking feet. Ooh. Oh. Estus shard. Wait. That's the last one. You can only go up to 12. That's... I didn't think that's... Oh, that's right. Sunlight Blade. Ooh, me's a happy now. Me is very happy with that. I probably can't use it, though, because my faith is too low. Unless I freaking went and spiced it and freaking lowered the faith requirement. That honestly sounds pretty freaking awesome. That means she was a badass. Because I actually don't know this. You might know more than I do. But are there women in the Yakuza that actually, like, you know, are, like, influential roles, that they're not just, like, secretaries or something? Like, if they're... like, because I actually don't know. Like, I've never really... aside from the video games, which I know is like an over-glorified, you know, version of, you know, kind of romanticizing in a way, freaking the idea of being in a Yakuza. So, like, You know, I don't know how the actual Yakuza operates. I don't know if they have that sort of like, if that's like a thing, you know. Because I do know in some aspects of Japanese society they can be a little sexist. If there are, that's freaking awesome. Holy shit. My head immediately went to freaking chicks who freaking sound like Daidoji for in Senran and Kagura. Just have these deep masculine voices. Hey, you. Come here. I was like, where the hell is this dude going? Oh, God. Don't fuck me up. I've heard that. I actually have. Maybe specifically from their country, because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I haven't really spoken to many Asian American women. Well, ones in any case that speak my language. Some that do. Well, actually, I gotta say this because this was one of the funniest freaking things that I ever experienced while I was at one of the Asian restaurants here. So we've got a buffet place called China King, and it was one time I was there because that was my friend Andrew's favorite place. He loved going there. I don't particularly like going there now because their food is kind of bad, like really bad, like because I want to say that I've been a little bit spoiled because there's a place in the mall here called Oi's Thai House, and it's one of my favorite Asian cuisine places to go because they make really freaking good Asian cuisine and they make awesome General Tso. General Tso is like one of my favorite freaking dishes to get when I go eat Asian. So we're at China King. Me and Andrew are having this really in-depth discussion about something. I don't even remember what it was. We talked a lot. Like, when we talked. You know, like, we talked about everything. It didn't just pertain to one thing. Well, suddenly the calm noise of just, like, the few people, like, the people that were there and me and Andrew, you know, just gets broken by this freaking, like, the owner, like, the lady who, like, you know, takes your card and like gives you your ticket and everything like that, like gives you your receipt and like gets you seated and everything like that. She just starts screaming at the people in the back in the kitchen in her language. Like, it was the funniest fucking thing I had ever heard because it was just so out of nowhere. It was just calm, collect, everything was fine, and then you just hear this freaking little Chinese woman just start screaming. You know? It was freaking funny. I laughed. I was like, and Andrew didn't know why I was laughing. I was just like, that was fucking funny to me. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. Oh, I hate this area so much. I'm so glad I haven't gotten invaded. Knock on wood. But like I said earlier, I think people have moved on from playing this. I know headshots are a thing in this game. I wish that was more. more of a thing. Oh, that's right. That's where you get the life ring +2. Okay, so you want to hear another fucked up? Well, this story is actually a little bit more fucked up. Okay, so the local retro shop here used to be across the street in this adobe building, across the street from one of the supermarkets here. That was always their original location. They moved on to like the main street of my city at one point. They were over there, and then they moved to like the flea market, and then they moved back to this adobe building. So the guy who owns the building owns both sections. It's like a duplex sort of building, right? This game was rated T. Which game? Dark Souls? Or what I'm talking about? Dark Souls? Yeah, it actually... Man, surprisingly it was. It was actually rated T. Huh. I never thought to check. Holy shit. That's freaking funny. Okay, so, yeah, so local retro shop used to be in in this adobe building. Well, the guy who owns the building owns both sides of the building. So he would rent out the other spot that they weren't using. Well, he ended up renting out this. Yeah, no, I figured that's what you meant. So yeah, he ended up renting out the second half of the building that they were in. He ended up renting it out to these Asian women who opened up a masseuse parlor. So it was kind of a joke at first that, you know, the stereotypical, oh, they probably offer happy endings, you know. Well, one day, my friend who runs the shop, a customer comes in who had just gotten a massage done at this massage parlor. He said, he confirmed it. He was like, after they got done, they you know, did like that motion, and they totally did. They gave him a happy ending. Oh man, I laughed my ass off for that whole day thinking about that. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that's actually a fucking thing. Well, come to find out, yeah, so these same people had a masseuse parlor in a city about an hour and a half away from mine. Well, that masseuse parlor in that city started getting investigated by the FBI. So, the minute the owner of the building found that out, he busted. I almost like imagine like he Sparta kicked the door open. It was like, you guys gotta get the fuck out now. And like basically told him, yeah, get the fuck out of my building because like I ain't getting no feds involved in this bullshit. But yeah, it was just like, oh my fucking god, that was. But yeah, no, and the funny thing is that this wasn't just one person who confirmed this. Multiple people who came into the retro shop confirmed that this was a thing that happened. So it was freaking funny. I laughed for a good long while about that. I couldn't freaking believe it. You know, because like I'm not one to stereotype. I don't like stereotyping, but no, we had we had testimonies from patrons who got a massage. It's just like, oh my god. It's freaking funny. Yeah, and then the funny thing is that because that section of the store, that section of that whole other building was actually bigger than the building that like the side of the building that they were in. So after they kicked the masseuse parlor out, they moved into that side of the building. It was really freaking funny. Oh man. Yeah, but then they moved to a spot. We all have anima shrine. Yes, we do. It's one of the best places. It's just a big old fun time here. How's it going? Elendu? I'm sorry if I pronounced that. Oh, we all hate. Yeah. That's what I thought you meant, but I was just playing off the mistyping. Just having a little fun. Because I'm tired and it's late. So but no, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, I'm almost through it, thankfully. I'm gonna try to get through it without having to rest at the frickin' bonfire. Oh, no, not at all, man. Not at all. Most of the time, like, oh no, you're totally fine, man. Most of the time, I can usually pick up on what people mean. Most of the time, I try to. In any case, so sometimes it needs a little bit more clarity, but no, that one was fine. Ugh, fuck. Okay, I know if she heals. Never trust parlors like that. Yeah. No, I've honestly never gotten a massage. Like, I've never gone to a massage parlor, like, ever in my life. Don't intend to. I always got bad vibes because I remember in one of the cities that we used to go to on vacation, one of the malls, there were these people who were really, like, these guys who, like, were really pushy about their massage chairs. They had, like, massage chairs, like, out in this area, and, like, you know, you pay to basically, like, get a massage through the chair. And they were really, like, touchy-grabby with, especially with women, I noticed. It was really weird, and it was funny because we knew that they were like that. The last time we were there, like, me and my two brothers were, like, crowded around my mom and my sister. We were like, we're not letting them fuck with them. Like, fuck that, you know. Yeah, well, they're nice and all when they're legal. Because that actually, you know, my mother, she works in litigation. She has for a very, very long time. So she actually kind of told me that could potentially fall under forms of prostitution. And depending on where you live, that's not legal. Yeah, so not a good thing all around, especially when the feds come a knocking, you know. Which was ultimately the end of that business relationship. It was just, to me, it was funny just hearing the validation that actually was occurring. Like, that's the thing that just blows my mind more than anything. Because, you know, like, I don't necessarily think I would be the type of person that if I got something like that, like, done, that I would be very open about it happening. You know? Oh, God. Like, like, what do you mean? Stuff like that happened in your high school? Like, people would, like, have sex and be, like, really open about it? Or, like, that was just, like, a known thing? Like, I guess I'm a bit confused, like, what you mean by that. So, elaborate, good sir. Not too much. I don't need to know, like, all the specifics. Just, like, high points. I just thought about that. I was like, I was asking about, you know, I'm asking about this now. Yeah, maybe I should clarify. Fuck. Damn. Yeah, no, would never thought about that, doing that. Like, I'm a really private person as a whole. Like, I'm not very public about stuff like that. So, yeah, that I couldn't imagine. But that's crazy. At a college here in Brazil, everybody have sex. Dang. I take online classes, so I would have no idea about what college campus life is what it's all like. I have heard stories. I do know relatives and stuff like that have been on college campuses and shit, but yeah. With another class on the side. Damn! Oh, man. Okay, like, yeah, I know that, like, fact of the matter is that you shouldn't be doing that fucking school, but damn, that's gotta have some balls to do that, man. Like, fuck, I'd be so goddamn scared that I get caught. Like, I was like that with everything. Like, holy shit. I was too paranoid to freaking ever do something risque like that. That. No. I like how an abbreviated version of the word fucked is is banned. Sorry, I'm still working out the kinks of permitting terms. Like, I'm not, as long as you're not saying really fucked up shit, I don't mind swearing. Like, I don't care. I'm not a Twitch affiliate yet, so it doesn't matter until I start making money. That's when it's gonna start mattering, because then I have to abide by, I have to walk the line. I know our friend Derek has to freaking get on people all the time for that shit when he's streaming. One trick I knew. Yeah. I've heard several stories about encounters like that during events like that, like prom, homecoming, things like that. Yeah, that's not surprising. We live in a very different era from well, I mean, even before. I mean, even back then, it was, teens like having sex. She's a giant feminist, by the way. Oh, fun. Oh! Let's see this freaking giant ass freaking soul arrow freaking Oh, you. What? Oh, he hit me with probably resonant soul. What a dick. I try to keep it PG. Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird. I've kind of picked up on that from what I've noticed. Very strange. Mushrooms. Oh my god, I'm almost out of arrows. Well, not almost, but damn, I've drained my freaking arrow supply. To each their own. To each their own. I enjoy it too, but I'm not in any sort of relationship or anything like that, or looking for one, so. Trying to focus on me. Trying to get my shit together. And where I live, the caliber of women is not fantastic, so. That's awesome. Awesome in a certain way if you're looking for that sort of thing. Like, much rather. Yeah. Again, though, I take online courses, so I don't have to go to a campus, because my campus is actually states away, like hours away. But I do hope when I get my degree and graduate that I'm actually going to go and walk and do my graduation, so that'll be fun. Yeah, honestly. Well, I remember I remember one time one of my teachers, this girl I know and her boyfriend were making outside. Like, it was time to like switch classes, right? We had periods, and I was heading to my science class, and freaking like this girl who was in the same class I was and her boyfriend were like making outside of the science class, and the teacher comes out and it's just like totally berates them for it. It was freaking hilarious. I laughed. I was like, ah. Oh hell yeah, man. I have definitely wanted to travel and go see other places. It's on my bucket list. I want to actually go see the Colosseum in Rome. That's one of my biggest bucket list items that I want to do. But I have tried. My dad, he's big into metal music like I am, and keeps telling me about all these freaking awesome metal concerts that happen in other parts of the world that are not here in the U.S. And so like we keep trying to plan like all these different trips, like going to the fucking Netherlands and shit for like music festivals and all that. Yeah, and one of these days I'll head to some other part of the world. I actually plan. I was talking with my friend about it. I mean, granted, I'd have to spend the next 2 years. I'd have to spend the next 2 years learning the language, but I really do for like my 30th birthday. I really do want to do something big. Like I know 30 isn't like a landmark or anything. Like I know the usual landmarks are like 18, 21, things like that. But for 30, because it's not too far away, I actually wanted to take a trip. And I was telling my friend, I was like, I really want to go to Japan. Like, it's been a big dream of mine to go to Japan for probably like a week, if anything. Like, I don't think I would be there for very long. I couldn't imagine myself doing like a month-long trip. I don't think I could ever afford that. But it is something that that I would like to do, you know, one of these days. And I thought, what better time, my 30th birthday, freaking go during the winter season. Like, I think that would be cool. Like, I don't necessarily know, like, what goes on in Japan, like, during the winter season. So, it'd be interesting, nonetheless, to see. But, yeah, it's one of the things I hope to eventually do. Then again, most of the girls I knew were annoying. Yeah, like... Definitely a lot of the girls I hung around with in high school were not my type. Just things about them that were a little quirky, and you know, everybody's got their quirks, but yeah, I don't know, just and that wasn't really what I was aiming for in high school. Like I just wanted to get through school. Like I was more focused on that than really anything else. Like, you know, because the last thing I wanted was to, like, actually fail out of high school, but I didn't do that. I ended up just dropping out because I got tired of it. I was just like, this is dumb. I'm going to go get my GED. And I did that in a day. Something that I could have done, like, years before, that I literally just sat in a desk for a whole day taking tests and got the equivalent of a high school diploma. Could have done that, like, years ago and just been done with it and not have to deal with it at all. But yeah, that's cool. There are a lot of places I would love to go. Like, yeah, like I said, Colosseum in Rome is one of the big bucket list items. I'd love to go see it. Pray tell that nothing happens to it between now and then, you know, because of like the stuff like the Notre Dame fire and everything like that. You know, you never know. Like, freaking earthquake could happen, rustle up the foundation or whatever. You know, so that I do want to go see. I think it's in Brazil or wherever they filmed the Lord of the Rings. The Shire was actually like built and is now a park. So I've actually wanted to go and visit that. I thought that would be really cool because I'm a fucking nerd. It's like I want to go to Japan to go spend all of my money in Akihabara and freaking want to go all the way across the world to freaking... actually, I think it's in New Zealand. My apologies. Go to New Zealand to freaking see the Shire. Like, you know, it's like... But I know the big thing is that a lot of these trips will cost money, and that's the one thing that I'm kind of short of at the moment, so... That's why I'm thinking by my 30th birthday, I'd really like to go, hopefully go to Japan. I know me and my friend, he's actually studying Japanese right now, and he really wants to go at one point. And then, of course, another friend of mine and his wife are going to be moving to Japan. They're going to be relocating. They're not going to be living in the States for very much longer. He's actually going to be a teacher. He's going to go teach English in Japan. So I thought that was pretty neat. It does. Like, I just, like, because I'm a big freaking retro game enthusiast, and I see all the freaking stores in Akibara, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'd spend more money than I had going to all the different shops. Oh man, holy shit, I'm already over the 3 hour. Fuck me. I'm going to try to finish the Shrine of Anima and then probably call it. Yeah, because I lost track of time. I got talking, so that's what happens. I don't check the clock at all. Yeah, it's the main place that I've honestly wanted to go. Like I couldn't other than like seeing specific like landmark sort of stuff, like I couldn't really see myself going anywhere else that I would spend a lot of time in. Like, not that, like, you know, there are other parts of the world that aren't, you know, that don't appeal to me. It's just, like, I haven't ever really sat and thought about it, you know. It's more of just, like, oh, I want to go to a trip for, like, a freaking, you know, 3-day concert or something like that, or a 3-day music festival, you know. Like, but with Japan, it's like, oh, there's so much I'd want to do that I'd have to spend more time than just, you know, than just like a couple days there, if anything. But that's the plan, is to go to Akibara and freaking spend all my money and somehow bring it all back is the thing. Because God, I'd buy so many freaking Famicom and Super Nintendo games, it'd be freaking ridiculous. Oh, and I totally get that, man. Yeah, I can relate. Like, it's a chore for me to even go to my hometown. It's a 7-hour drive. Like, that's killer. You know, like I'm not personal to like enjoying doing that, so I can totally relate to just not Boulder Trio. Nope. Yeah, let's not. Yeah, she's a troll anyway. She's over there just chilling, thinking that you're dumb enough to go over there. Oh, I gotta go back to the bonfire. Always makes me so sad seeing this one all freaking torn up and shit. But you rescue her, so you done do a good thing. Chosen undead. Or bearer of the curse, I forget which one. I think Chosen Undead is in frickin' Dark Souls 1. But yeah, I am over my stream time. And it's late, and I'm frickin' sweating buckets. Because we need to we've been meaning to replace the fan in my bedroom because it's too small for it. Try to hopefully get me something bigger. I don't know when that's going to happen, though. So, all right, let's fuck up this stupid fucking frog. Let's see, is there anybody got their summon sign down? Nope. Not surprising. And we'll go without. I was gonna be okay. I was just like, just sit there. That's fine. Fine with me. Oof. Felicia, yeah, beat its ass. Man, worthless summon. Holy shit, she got freaking destroyed. Fuck. Oh god, I don't want to go through all that again just to get to the boss. Damn it. Oh, fuck. I had another dream that Konami became a good company and gave us remakes to Silent Hill and Metal Gear, and also along with a new IP. That'd be fucking baller. Totally on board with that. They're trying to regain that trust back with those freaking collections that they're releasing. And I ain't gonna lie, I was super hyped for the Castlevania one. I know it's not out yet, but yeah, I was super on board for that. So they're trying. We'll see where this goes. I mean, Capcom's trying even, like, freaking... Fuck, they gave us freaking Mega Man 11, which was freaking stellar. Oh. Hi. I don't want to play with you, so... Yeah, bye. Oh my god. Fuck, can I just skip all this bullshit? Can I just, like, fucking bum rush? That's what I'm gonna try to do, because I cannot be fucking bothered trying to fight all these freaking people again. Oh, I forgot Felicia. Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Doesn't matter anyway, because I was hollowed, so I wouldn't have been able to summon her. Oh, fuck. I hate this damn boss. This boss hits like a motherfucking truck is what frickin' blows my damn mind. Alright, let's try it again. I'm not hopeful. I'm doing more damage at least. Fucking hell, man. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna fucking snipe this bitch. The sad thing is I probably don't have enough arrows to do so. Oh my god. Fuck off, piece of shit, boss. Damn it! Fuck you. Okay, where's the next bonfire? Fuck. Holy shit. Oh. Wait. Oh, fuck me. Don't I have to... Going good, dude. Actually, I'm getting ready to wrap up here. Yeah, because I'm over my freaking self cap of 3 hours. I'm freaking 15 minutes over, but I was like committed. Ow! I was committed to at least getting this area complete, so I'll probably finish this area and then call it up. But I'm doing good. How about how have you been doing, man? It's been a minute. Kind of been following you on Twitter and shit, so I do see your post there. So, oh, I only have the one, don't I? Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, Andre, man, take it easy, man. I appreciate you coming by. It's good chatting with you. Nah, it's all right, man. I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm not gonna play too much longer though. It's just I'm freaking over my. If I wasn't tired too, I'm starting to get the sleepies. So, oh god, you can't open this door unless you're hollow. Shit. Fucking damn it. Ugh. Hey, asshole, kill me real quick. You ain't doing a good job. Fuck. Yeah, I forgot you can't freaking, you can't freaking open that door unless you're hollowed. Damn it, I'm actually gonna sit at this bonfire because I'm freaking scared of killing myself and then freaking not being there. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, Xanthan told me that you were doing that, so it's pretty cool, man. Goodbye, world. Oh, I bet. Night shifts are a freaking blessing. Yeah, it's a cool deal. Yeah, because like I heard that, you know, stuff at the freaking Civic Center wasn't working out too well, and it was kind of like on an on-call sort of basis, so just not as consistent and everything. So it makes sense, man. Hello. I can't smack those bitches. Fuck. I know it can, though. Or I could have done that and just made it easier. I need to go get my souls back. Just thought about that before I forget. Oh, man. Yeah, unfortunately, I tried to apply for a job, but it didn't go nowhere, so happens. That fire drip. God, like, enemies are dropping shit that I didn't even think that they could drop. That frickin' blows my mind. Frickin' Firestone. Fire Drake Stone. Why the fuck does an enemy that doesn't even have anything to do with fire drop fire things? I didn't even have to go back down there. Oh my god. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah. No first-hand how management go. Oh, damn it. Man, this fucking a-hole. Pyromancer. Fuck. asshole. Oh, nice try. Nice info frames. I don't remember if this guy drops anything important, so that's why I don't want to freaking knock him off the edge. I like how he could just infinitely cast Great Chaos Fireball. That's freaking cool. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh.
Who are you? And what do you want? Milfanita. My name? Do you mean we know nothing of... We sing eternal. We have been... We know nothing of the out... The little ones. And we have this... You please accept thee. Do you see? You poor... Take this. This is all the little one. This is...
Oh, isn't there a fucking asshole down here too? Yep, there's another one. I fucking hate pyromancers. Oh god, there's 3? Oh, fuck off. Extra defense because I'm wet. That fucking dick. Oh, you dick. Oh, damn it. Oh. Shit, of course. I should have known better. Should have known better than they have my back. No. Switch one hand. Oh, really? That doesn't kill? Are you kidding me? Fuck it. Zap. No, I think it only zapped one of them. That's a problem. Should have zapped all of them. Do those guys respawn? I can't remember if they do or not. I can see my soul sign though. That's fun. Okay. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They respawn. Well, at least I know, at least with this one, he doesn't drop anything important. I thought he was the only one. Yeah, come here. Come here. Come here. Later. Yeah, I know. Just so happened to freaking use the one spell that was going to launch me into the air and launch me backwards. Ah, that's some annoying bullshit. Oh, damn it. I should have freaking shoved a freaking effigy in my face. Alright, round 2. Let's dunk myself. No. No. Oh, I ran out of stamina. Are you serious? Fucking... You go off. Yeah, fucking. Oh, God. That was something else. All this to get a freaking sword I ain't even gonna use. God, that was annoying. I want to say there's something else, I think, if I recall correctly. Over here. Yes, there is. There is another chest. I remembered that there was another chest. Okay. Yeah, I want to say that that's it over here. Yeah. Yep, indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the catacombs. At least do that. Talk to the frickin' melty dude and frickin' deal with that after, and then just frickin' call it there. 26 minutes over. Oof. Why the hell is there a... I never noted. Why is there a freaking poison butterfly there? It doesn't proc. It doesn't trigger. Like, it's too high up. What the hell? That's really fucking weird. Yeah, it was too high up. Wouldn't have procced its poison. That's freaking really weird. Alright, into the freaking dank, dark underground I go. Backstab, please. Thank you. Oh, man. Ugh. I've been streaming for almost 3.5 hours. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot. Forgot that happens. That's frickin' scared the shit out of me.
Young Hollow, what drives you so? Life is good. Some are true. One man, others. Fix the charms of life. What is it that... Once, the Lord Light banished dark. And the men are props in state of life, and the men are... Young Hollow, knowing him. Venric, the real true monarch, is here. Good one. You, neither born nor great. What is it you cannot even say?
Yeah, I had some tech. I would have been streaming technically for longer, but I had some technical difficulties that took me a little bit to end up getting sorted. I'm not necessarily sure what was going on, but I'm having an internet, like my internet's not being too kind today. So I was dropping frames really badly. That still am. Not nearly as bad as it was, but still am. So hopefully that'll be fixed in the next stream, and I don't have to worry worry too much about that the next time I stream. But yeah, I'm gonna really hopefully try to get back to a consistent streaming schedule. It just works out better if I stream in the evenings, just because I don't have much going on. But it kind of remains to be seen exactly when I decide that I'm gonna be streaming consistently and things like that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to Majula. I'm gonna do the things there. And then, yeah, I gotta call it. Gotta call it. Because I possibly have shit I need to do tomorrow, so. Yeah. Oh, I just did all my stuff in my item box. I'm dumb.
Is that a shard you found? To see, however.
Ugh. But we're getting close to where I'm almost done. Or in the stretches of being done in any case. Because yeah, I still plan to do all the DLC after this, so that's gonna be fun. Is there anything else I have to do that's crucial? No, that can wait. I can definitely change that though, because I won't be needing that for the foreseeable future. In any case, yeah, I think that'll do. Oh shit, I still have to go talk to Vengrel because I haven't done that yet. Because he becomes summonable once you talk to him after you kill his body. You can go talk to his head, and he's like, "Oh, that was you who did that. Yeah, I'll come help you." Alrighty. Well, this has actually been fun. Had a lot of good discussions. Get me talking, I'll talk for freaking ever. So much so that I lost track of time and lost track of the fact that I was streaming over the freaking 3-hour mark that I like to usually stream at. But yeah, I always say it at the end of these things that I'm going to hopefully stream soon, but I'm not going to make any promises this time. But hopefully I will be getting back to a more consistent streaming schedule and stream a little bit more often, just to kind of hopefully maybe get my numbers going more and maybe stream in the midday or something like that. It just depends. I really need to kind of sit down and figure all this out. But until then, until the next time I am back with more of this, thank you all who came by and chatted it up with me. It was much appreciated. Really appreciate the conversation. It just helps makes things go along, so I'm not just talking to myself. Aside from the technical difficulties, hopefully that won't happen again. I haven't had a problem with OBS before, so I don't know if this is an issue on OBS's end or if it's just an issue with my internet. But hopefully that'll be sorted for the next stream and everything like that. But yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate the viewership. Appreciate the chat. So until next time, guys, as always, this has been Daybreaker Rein. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.